Yo, 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 what's up, y'all? Welcome to another week of Taking High Ground Fridays. We have a lot to talk about. New season coming up is OG Fortnite. We'll get into that. It's some great epic partner content and giveaways and things like that that happen with Fortnite when it comes to this that we'll get into. We have some more surprises to talk about and we have pickups. My name is Rob. What's up, bro? How you doing?
What's up? Westrom, Get Hype, Richard, Mitchell, man, Inky Bruh, Wayne, Modern. What's going on, everybody? Jeez,
Oh, we
everyone's
got
in
we
here.
got modern in the build, man. What's up, bro? How you doing? What's up, y'all?
So
Everybody, the OGs.
they're doing that the whole new pullback. Everyone's been asking for like the chapter one, and they're finally
Yeah,
bringing
yeah,
something of that back.
yeah.
So, like that's how you know they're always listening, even if it's
Yep.
like years away. I kept saying they're not bringing back chapter one, not
Yeah.
fully, but they're bringing something back.
Yeah.
If you've never played Fortnite and you're depending on us to bring you that content,
Yeah.
this might be a season for you to play.
Mhm.
Maybe you can get some like actual like inside knowledge into what was OG at one point,
Yep.
right? So it'll be kind of interesting to see how this plays out. I have no idea what's going to happen specifically, but I'm envisioning a lot of OG skins, a lot of
Yeah.
OG dances that we're going to be pulling off. So if you haven't played Fortnite before and you're collecting and you want to know what it was like, this
Yeah.
next season might be something you might want to just download it and give it a try.
Bro, they leaned into it, and I have to. So, me and Dylan over the past couple weeks since Donald Mustard news, we've been talking a lot about. I would say the cons of it, but one thing I have to say about the pros is Fortnite literally did a. I know they've been planning this, but the rollout of this has been a major pivot. Even I forgot to share the picture, but uh they even took over what Donald Mustard did. Remember how you brought up Dylan? Like, I wonder if what is his last name? When I can't remember who took over
The
Donald
new
Mustard position.
creative director that
Yeah,
should do that.
yeah, the new creative director. So Dylan was saying he wondered if he's gonna do what Donald Mustard did with the post and using the bio to give hints. Nope, not him. Fortnite did that. So Fortnite actually switched their time frame on their Twitter to July 20th, 2018, June 20th, 2018, which was the start of chapter 5. One of them, June or July, I can't remember.
So they're
But
taking that
they're
completely
taking
over,
they're taking that over.
which kind of
So
answers the question. This guy's not going to be the same
mhm.
type of person as Donald Mustard.
Well, I think that's something that he may not have understood. Because to your point, Dylan,
Or
I don't. Yeah, go
it
ahead.
was never like a job description thing,
Right.
but they saw the value in what Donald Mercer was doing,
There we
and they
go.
want to keep doing that, right? So
That's what
it's
I
not
was
like
going to say.
they're not ignorant of the fact that people were watching Donald Mercer's tweets.
Yeah.
Even his last tweet, after he left, people
Yeah.
were looking for clues in Donald Mercer's tweets after he left the company.
Yeah. And I
So
no, I agree with that. I think that maybe the guy that took over, he he may not have been hip to that, but they definitely were. And just to roll into that. So I was telling Dylan about this. They even went as far as to do the where we drop. And if you don't know, that is like a OG term. That's what people held on to when it came to nostalgia. Once we moved on from chapter one, that's just something that they felt, and they really leaned into that. And then they even went into, bro, these teasers. I was talking to Dylan about it. The way they rolled this out. So if y'all don't know, there's Epic partners. There's people that Epic send these packages to go into new seasons. And Dylan talked about it before when it comes to the pins, but the pins is Fortnite's choice of collectability. We just got to get them to understand the cards. That's all. But this is dope. What do you think about this, bro?
when they do the pins, that's what connects them back to an actual season, right?
Mm-hmm.
So each pin, because it's that season's,
Yep.
unique pin. We've talked about the pins. It's something I'm collecting very slowly because they're so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I mean, I now it's interesting that these come back because now people are going to want to get these. These are going to
Yeah.
be super rare, right? Because who
Yeah.
knows what? Normally it's like 50 or so they send out, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes less.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that one's this set right here is gonna be kind of crazy,
There.
especially if you can get it in the box unopened.
Yeah, this is so what's crazy about this MC, and I'm gonna say MC and JT, even though he's not in here, because I know these are some of the people that go after this stuff. I was telling Dylan I couldn't find a video, but I'll find it and maybe I'll post it on Instagram or something. But when they send these to the content creators, where you see at the top of the screen is a play button, and then obviously it's the sound button. they send them a specific video of their most viral or popular video with the audio to do this rollout. So like Cypher PK got his Trap King type thing. All of them got this. And I think this rollout is probably hands down top tier. I've seen some great rollouts on Fortnite, but this is the
I mean,
best
it's
one.
kind of hard. I mean, they've done so many, right?
Yeah,
It's kind of
yeah,
hard to like say which one's the best. Because like the one that came with like the treasure map and everything, that one was
yeah,
pretty. That was pretty
yeah,
dope too.
yeah.
But this one's very like personal, is what you're saying.
That's
Like
yeah, that
they
yeah.
made it very personal to who they're sending it to. So maybe it wasn't 50. Maybe it was like because sometimes they only send like 10 out. Do you know how many
No, it
they
might
sent?
yeah. I would go to what you're saying. I would say it's probably definitely under 50, probably in that 20 range
10,
because
10
this
to
is
20 range
yeah,
maybe.
it's pretty personal.
So these are gonna be pretty rare if you can ever find these. Finding stuff that they send to these people is very difficult, but it is
Yep.
possible. We know people
Yep.
who've gotten lots of stuff from there.
Mhm.
So keep your eye out on that.
Yeah, this man, I can't I'm so excited for this because I want to see people's response, right? Because I think Fortnite doesn't even have the pressure of pleasing the community anymore. I think they want to see how much the community pivots from what they thought they wanted and what they get. So this is the real test for that. You know, we've had these times before where people ask for things back and then when it finally comes back, they end up complaining about it. I don't think this is going to be this time. I think this is going to be a little different this time.
So there's a lot of feedback with like them doing all these changes, laying people off. But like the thing that
Yeah.
we have to remember is like they're putting all their focus on Fortnite. Like
Yeah.
Epic Games
Yeah.
was like a game developer. They were making games, doing all this kinds of stuff. Like that was their job. Now they're Fortnite pretty much. They still
Yep.
do that other stuff, but in this rollout with the layoffs, Fortnite was
Mhm.
their number one priority.
Yep.
So yes, there's no cards right now that are out, but that doesn't change from the fact that the IP, which is the most
Mhm.
important thing, since we already have collectibles, we have a
Yeah.
crap ton of collectibles, right? We
Mhm.
have comics, cards, pins, stickers, all these different things, but the IP is not going anywhere, and they're just
Yeah.
keep building upon it. So I'm excited. I mean, I was a little scared when they did all the layoffs and when Donald
Yeah.
Mester's leaving, but you know, it'll be okay. I think it's gonna be okay.
Yeah. Uh yeah, no, I agree. And I think also mine's will tie it in together. FNCS Global Championships was a major success. Obviously, we don't know uh based off of monetarily, but as in viewership, the viewership was through the roof. It was the highest since the World Cup, which people don't understand because a lot of times it's hard to tell because a lot of people watch on Twitch, but Fortnite streams on their own platform as well, and it's a whole bunch of different ways that you can watch it. YouTube. So when you pull all those numbers together, it was absolutely ridiculous. It was entertaining, from top to bottom, and I think that Fortnite competitive is pretty safe right now. I'll say that. We'll find out in January, but I
So,
think they're
but they're
pretty
doing
safe.
this whole new game mode that's supposed to be coming out. It's supposed to be like
Mhm.
racing and stuff like that. As someone
Yeah,
who's like, I took a break from Fortnite for like 2 weeks now,
yeah,
and and then I came back in, and then I saw some other people who come back. Fortnite's like one of the only games where like literally you can take a break. Some people take a break for a year, two
yep,
years, and then comes back
yep,
and gets into the swing of things. Right? That's gonna happen again probably in this new game mode. This whole racing and this whole it's just gonna compound upon itself. So
mhm.
I'm really excited to see what they do this season.
Yeah, and I think this Lego thing is gonna be a little interesting as well. The reason why I say that is I can see this possibly being like a battle pass style and all of this, but I think this might end up being fairly not so much permanent, but consistent. Like it's gonna be something bigger than we think. Obviously, we know that from the rollout of this,
I
but it's gonna
bet
be
you
interesting.
I bet you they pull it out. Remember Imposters?
Mhm.
So the Imposters was a game mode that came out that was well built out for
Great game
Fortnite.
mode.
It was
Yeah.
very well built. Like they put a lot of work into that, and it was there for a good amount of time. But then it went away.
Mhm.
Right? You can't play it anymore, I believe. Um, I didn't play that much, but I know a lot of people did.
Yeah.
And so I think they put it out there and they were testing it, and then I guess it didn't get the numbers they wanted,
Mhm.
so it went off. Now I think they're gonna do the same thing like this. I bet you it comes in like imposters, and
Mhm.
they're gonna do this whole rollout. And if it gets the numbers, then they're gonna put more into it.
Yep. I
That's
agree.
what I think.
I agree. Daniel, uh, I don't know. I don't know. It looked pretty hype to me.
I
I
didn't
mean,
go, so I can't compare. Like what we
yeah,
went
it
to was
looked.
fun. I
Yeah,
enjoyed it, but like I didn't go to this one, so I can't really compare which one was
yeah.
better. Did you get to go, Daniel, or are you just talking about like the hype that you had
If you got,
seen?
yeah, if you got
If
to
you
go,
went, then I'll take your
yeah,
word for it. But
yeah.
I didn't get to go, so I can't really talk about
It looked
I
pretty
can't
hype to me
compare.
though. It
Yeah,
looked pretty solid.
it looked like a bigger place,
It
and it
was.
wasn't like the same thing when we went. It wasn't packed, right? I mean,
It
it
was
was
a
packed with
convention
people,
center.
but there were still seats left.
Yeah.
And this place looked like there's still seats left, but it looked a lot bigger.
Yeah, it was it was a convention center that we went to. This one was in what people locally can tell me exactly what it is, but to me it looked like a smaller arena. Like it
Yeah,
looked
it
like,
looked like arena because they had like
yeah,
the
yeah,
double
the dome.
levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think it was a little bit different in that context. It might have been a little bit more breathing in that instance of, how viewing. They might have had to find out different angles. A lot goes into those things, but it seemed pretty on par to me, at least. So yeah, that would be interesting to know.
Real quick, while we've got 22 people in here, I want to do
Yeah.
a shout out. So, if you guys remember, we did a Fortnite collecting fantasy draft,
Yeah.
and a lot of people enjoyed it. A lot of people competed. I think we did like 8 people last time, 10
Hmm.
rounds. And this was brought up by Richard Parrott. He has his own YouTube now. So we're partnering with him again, and we're going to do another draft. So
Hmm.
if you guys want to be in the draft, there was a lot of interest last time. Um, we're being a little bit more structured this time.
Yeah.
So I'm going to walk through it real quick. If you go to fortnitecards.com/draft, or you can just go to Fortnite Cards and hit draft at the top right here, you'll come to this page that has the rules. It's going to happen November 10th. It's 8 collectors that are going to be chosen. There'll be 5 rounds. The theme is mystery. Okay. So there's going to be a goal for you guys to collect to
Hmm.
compete. So,
Hmm.
like, let's say, last time it was like what was the best card. It was like really hard to like categorize who won. Well,
Hmm.
now we've come up with some themes, and we're not going to tell you what the theme is till the day of. So you can do all the research and be prepared, but it's going to be very hard. So there's going to be one grand prize for whoever wins of the 8 collectors. So if you want
Yep.
to compete, come here and sign up. Put your name, the username, and how you want us to contact you. If you want us to contact you by email, you don't need to put like the Facebook. But if it's going to be Facebook or Instagram, please give us your username and tell us how to contact you. Only 8 people can compete. All right. So
Hmm.
we're gonna do a random drawing before the week before, maybe a couple days before. We'll see how many people fill out the form. So come here, sign up. Only 8 people will randomly be chosen. I'll run the randomizer live, and then we'll compete on the 10th
Yep.
of November. So it'll be fun. I'm excited. I want to compete, but we can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone's got to run this thing.
Yeah.
But the theme, I think we know the theme already, but we're not gonna tell you what it is till
Hmm.
the day of. So it's gonna be kind of exciting. So if you guys want to be in the fantasy draft, or if you have any questions, let us know. Again, it's fortnitecards.com/draft to
Yeah.
sign up.
And Inky Bro said he got a error, and somebody else did as well. So we'll double check. We'll double check on that and make sure everything is good.
Sweet. Yeah, I just completed it today. So if y'all are getting errors, I'll go and see why.
And
While you do that, I'll actually do that right now
yeah,
to see.
yeah, Daniel. I feel the same way you do. I hope it's local. Again, by the way, I love your profile picture. That brings back memories immediately. Got the Mr. Beast burger from the FNCS Invitational, so that was dope. Yeah, but I agree with you. I think I wanted to be back in the States. I'm pretty sure they're gonna go back and forth, but we don't know. We'll see how that turns out.
Oh, it is getting a server error. I'll look into
So
that, guys. So hold off for a minute. Hopefully, I can get this fixed before we get
yeah,
off the live tonight.
yeah.
Um, my bad for that. I just went live like a few minutes ago, and I should have tested it. But
If you want to work on it, I can do
yeah,
the
go through
pickups.
and do
Yeah.
the
So
things you pulled up.
we got a lot of pickups, y'all. Because we got to about, I think, 5 or 6 last week. So we'll get into more of them here. But I will save this one for when Dylan is done fixing this, because that's a great conversation there. And then I'll save that one as well. We got through Colton's, and I think we got yeah. So last, I think it's 2 weeks ago now, Lily got her black and white sketch of the foundation number one. Uh and I mean, I have one now as well. These look amazing. Honestly, they look amazing. Congrats on getting these, because these are not easy to find. Obviously, a lot more have shown up, but that does not take away from how dope they are. Uh, Brian J came through with the heat. The weapon cards. Me and Dylan was talking about this
Oof.
off the live recently. The weapon cards are becoming very popular. Very popular. A lot. I know a lot of people are trying to complete sets, and not just in the shards, but in the hollows as well. Um, Ice King is getting his time along with it. I still got to get my Ice King card. Dan, don't say anything. Thank you. but uh, but yeah, that's definitely one I want in my collection. Um, so Robert came in with the heat. I actually like this a lot. He has the foundation number one, but this is in all of the how would I say this? This is in all of, obviously they're in different languages, but I think these are in different locations. I should have got more information from him. I think he put it in the post,
Oh,
but
different countries. I
thank
think
you.
they're from
Yeah.
different countries. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't ringing in my head. Different countries. So this is a dope one. I really like the top row really hits for me. It really hits for me. I like it a lot. Shane, yes, you can send it. You can send it. Matter of fact, I'll do it right here.
Real quick, I found the issue. It's still submit. So real quick, guys, if you guys are putting into the form, like Inkabro, you did it 4 times. I'm still getting them, even though it's saying server error. You're just not getting an email confirmation, guys. So you guys can still fill out the draft. I'm going to fix that tonight. So you can go ahead and fill out the form for the actual thing. It's getting server error because of email. So I'll fix that later. But you
Yeah,
guys can definitely submit.
yeah. So yeah, thank you, aka Bog. Different foreign variants, and also Shane, I put the email in there. You can email me uh right there, and then I'll add them each week whenever you get a pickup. Yeah, bet. Color theme. Let's go. Um, yeah, no problem. So also, let's see, what was another? Appreciate that, Brian. Where is, I can't find it, but Ant-Man collectibles came in. Man, it's been a lot of Ice King lately. I'm not gonna lie. I like seeing it.
I saw cracked ice one, and like
Yeah,
I don't know if it was because of the comics and like I've
uh
trashed on Ice King so much. I was looking at it. I went ahead and hit heart on there and put it to like my watch list just
to the watch
because.
list.
And then I was like, dang, I might really put Ice King on my watch list. It was at like $100 and something. So it was a cracked
Yeah,
ice King.
yeah, I
Um,
know which one you're talking about too.
so I put
Yeah,
a heart on it, but I was like, I
yeah,
felt like a what do you call it, a
bro,
hypocrite.
bro, things things definitely change. Yo, Van, Daniel, I think this is the case though. I really do. I think that the case is, so it's one or two ways. It's gonna be, I think it's going to be a transition period. So obviously all of this is rumors and and leaks and stuff like that. But from what I've seen from multiple of the main leakers is that it's going to end, the season's going to end. We're going to go into a month of the OG map, right? It's going to be from, or OG themed map, whatever the case is. It's going to be from November, I think it's November 3rd to December 6th, something along that lines. But within that, I think what's trying to happen, I think Sloan is trying to reset what the seven did. So everything that the seven did with the black hole, I think Sloan is trying to fix that or wipe it away from history. So that's the reason why we end up back in the map. And then when we go into chapter 5, we won't have, because we're going from, if y'all don't know, we're going from season 5 all the way up to season X. And so when we get to season X, that's when the black hole happened. And so I believe it's going to go into chapter 5 instead of for the black hole again. And I think that's what Sloan resetting it. And then I think now the one that took over for Donald Mustard, I don't want to disrespect him by that, so I got to get his name
Yeah, we have to start
officially.
saying his name.
Yeah,
Don
yeah,
Mustard's
yeah,
such an easy name. We're
yeah,
just so
yeah.
used to it.
Yeah.
It's
So
gonna be
if
hard.
you ever listen to this, we're not trying to, we're gonna get your name. We promise. That's I hate doing that. So but that's when he takes over, and I think he gets to free flow the storyline from there. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm actually excited that we're getting back to an actual like
Yeah.
story type kind of thing. Getting excited for
Mhm.
like the end of the seasons, beginning of the seasons. I
Yeah.
already was doing that, but like this last couple seasons, there was like no like story
Yeah.
kind of thing. So I don't know. I'm
I
just excited. Hopefully it lives up to it.
I gained a little bit of hope when we talked about when Unreal Engine did that event. and he was talking about the difference between events. Like each of these events are different that we consistently do. When he said those words out of his mouth, I was like, okay. I was like, they're not giving up on it. They're just kind of trying to figure it out. And I'm pretty sure that's a major transition period. Like it's not like Donald Mustard was the third person in this position. This was he was the first one. So they're learning everything about this transition, especially with an ever growing and consistently changing game like this. So they did pretty good in my opinion. But we see what the future hold. We're going into my favorite time of the season though. Uh the the um the Christmas Fortnite seasons are usually my favorite. So we'll see how that goes.
The Christmas ones are. I mean,
Yeah,
I usually like Christmas too because they
yeah,
get like the free rewards and stuff.
yeah.
Um, and but I mean, I like Halloween too. But this Halloween has seemed like they've put like no attention into it,
Right. Yeah.
which is interesting. I don't know if that's like a choice. Real quick, we're doing the fantasy draft again. Go to Fortnite Cards/draft and you can sign up, guys. I already fixed it, so it's now working. You'll get a confirmation email now. If you've
Yeah.
already submitted, please don't resubmit. I already got you guys and Kibra and a couple other people. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I Christmas season's always fun. They get like the cabin, you can go there, you get
Yeah.
the free prizes.
Yeah.
Hopefully they keep it up with that. Like Halloween has been. I know we still got like 10 days left, but
It's been
I haven't seen. There's like nothing on. Like that was the
no.
coolest part is when they changed the POIs.
Yeah.
Actually, I was thinking about this other day. Is the 0 point even on the island?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Like what happened to the 0 point? Like I can't even remember at this point. This is how
I
like messed up the whole storyline's
mhm.
gotten. It's like I don't even remember what happened at the 0 point.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah, I
don't
think
normally you know where it is on the map.
mhm.
I
Yeah,
have no idea where it is. Is it
it's
on
been
the
it's
map? Is it in the island?
I don't think so. Not that
After
I
what
know of.
happened when all that stuff happened, is the 0 point still there?
Yeah.
So if you guys know, let me know. Maybe I'm just confused.
Yeah. That is
Question:
interesting.
I guarantee you
Yeah.
that you're not going to be able to destroy me. I don't know who's going to win this one.
I obviously I won't say. I have 3 people that if they end up making it in this, I think they'll take it just based off of how much they put into this certain topic, but we won't spoil anything, but it's gonna be interesting. Like Dylan saying, it's not gonna be easy.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
not going to
uh,
be easy. I would lose,
y-
and if I'm going to lose, a lot of people are
s-
going to lose.
so I think I would have been strong for the first 2 rounds. After it rotated in there, that's when I probably would have
Like
started taking
five
the L.
rounds times eight
Yeah,
people, so that's 40 different cards that are going to be
yeah,
selected.
yeah,
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting.
yeah.
The
That's
time machine and the Durburger. What are we talking about here? I missed that. I know the time machine's in there. So I guess maybe the 0 point isn't there. They built the
and
time machine. It's gonna go back in time, and then we get the 0 point again.
mhm,
I don't know. I literally have no idea what's going on. I
yeah,
need a comic. I need them to explain what happened
yeah.
during that last chapter. I need to know what
It's
happened.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see if that comic situation maybe I know the person that will know, which will be AKA Bog whenever that happens, but maybe we'll hear something in January or maybe it won't come out.
It was
We'll
supposed to be
see
the
what
first week
happens.
of January,
Yeah.
which is weird because it's supposed to come over this summer. So
Mhm.
something happened, like literally something. They're like,
Yeah.
"Wait, let's redo this. Let's do something." Something happened.
Yeah.
Because I'm at a loss. I have no idea
Mhm.
what's going on.
No, yeah,
I mean,
that's
like now they're doing all this stuff with like content for the game,
mhm.
and they have a storyline coming again with like time machine and stuff like that. So hopefully they're on the right track again.
Yeah. And I think that this is going to be very interesting to see how the like I watched. So I'm not gonna lie, I ignored it for like 3 to 4 weeks. Ninja started a podcast, just he just doing a standard podcast, and I didn't listen to it for the first couple weeks. I ended up listening to this week, and I went back to one of the episodes, and he's doing, I believe the way he said it without giving too much away, he's doing a commercial or a rollout for this, bro. So he's the one that's leading that. I'm interested to see how that plays out. I don't know what that exactly is going to be, but he said that he just got done working on it. So they're bringing back all the nostalgia for this.
I might have to get back to streaming and like streaming some of this new season that comes out. Um, I'm getting kind of excited. Like I took a 2 week break, so like now I'm ready.
Yeah. Shane and I think it was
Appreciate it, guys.
Shane and Daniel said that it is on the map. Shane said it's in the jungle, and Daniel said he think the waves from the 0 point is causing all the new POIs to that we get every season.
Yeah, it
Um
usually does that. Like whenever you
mhm,
get new POIs, it happens because 0 points doing that kinds of things. I don't know if it's just I've been playing ranked and I haven't been paying attention
mhm.
or what, but like I haven't seen anything from the 0 point or even found it. Usually it's really easy to find. But I actually don't really go in the jungle that much, so
Yeah.
that might be
Yeah.
why. I'm always at like brutal or something.
Yeah. Like going back to when Ninja was good. Yeah, that's
I've seen
he's
him complaining, like whenever he plays
mhm.
builds, he's always complaining
Yeah,
about
he
getting
did.
crapped on.
Yeah, he's a that's a when you got that camera in front of you for that many hours, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get the you're gonna do a couple rants, but
I'm sure I would too. I'm sure like
yeah,
if I was actually streaming, people were stream sniping me
yeah,
and then like destroying me with their edits and stuff, I'd get
yep,
pissed too.
yeah. That so I think Ninja's one of those ones that I think he's dang, I was about to do a hot take. I ain't gonna say that one exactly yet because I have to think it all the way through. This is live. But Ninja's one of those ones that he kind of people kind of forgot what he meant to the game. Like Ninja was like legit one of them, not one of, he was the pioneer of the popularity of it. From playing with, Travis Scott, Drake, and
Yeah,
Juju
famous
Smith
people.
Schuster, like, and
Well,
just
because like
that.
I know we keep pushing competitive, right? But Fortnite, at its core, it's more than just competitive.
It's
It's a
the
fun
content.
game. You
Hmm.
can be super good at it, and you can overpower
Yeah,
people, but it's a fun, funny game. Like
yeah,
destroying people and then doing fun trick shots and then doing funny things is what made
yeah,
Fortnite so popular.
yeah,
Now you can do it with being the Rock, right?
yeah,
Against like Optimus Prime. So there's
yeah,
different ways to like build upon that. But like Fortnite's almost always culturally relevant because it brings in the culture into the game. So
yeah,
and like he doesn't have to be the best.
yeah,
Like Ninja doesn't have to. Same thing with Clicks.
yeah.
Clicks is entertaining. He's also
Right,
one of the best,
right,
right?
right.
But he's also entertaining. So there's gonna be we need more people like Ninja and Clicks to come in. Like Cypher
Agreed.
too. Like he's
Hmm.
he's in there too. Like he's not like the best there is,
Yeah,
but he has a following.
yeah. No, that's a good point because they all those three that you named, those are the ones that strategically pivoted out of trying to be. No, I won't say that about Clicks because he's still competing, but
Yeah, no, because
they
Clicks
under
went to
yeah,
FNCS.
they understand that their competitive rank isn't the only thing. Like you gotta have the and in there, not it has to be both,
Yeah.
and I think they really did that very well. And I know West Drum is trolling with that. So I see that, yeah. And then also, like, I mean, I can't forget, like, it's a lot of people you can't forget, but Tifu, man, Tifu was that the dude was iconic in that the fact that he bowed out gracefully, like, actually retired and moved on with life. He kind of gets a different type of a badge from me. Like, you actually properly did it. We seen the stresses that he went through
Benji
with
Fish,
streaming that often.
he retired too,
Yeah,
right?
he bowed out the right way too. It's been a couple.
I'm telling you that these people have bowed out, right? And they
Yeah,
retired, but Fortnite is lasting so long
that
that
we
some of these
back.
people are gonna want to come back eventually. Like they'll get
Hmm.
bored and they'll say, "Oh, all this new stuff in Fortnite, let me give it a try," right?
Yep.
And they're gonna get sucked back in, and they may not come and play builds again. They may do
Yeah.
this new racing mode that comes out, or they may do no builds and stuff like that. Like for me, like I'm not trying to be the best. I'm not trying to like compete. I'm
Yeah.
trying to stay better than most people so I can have fun. Like
Right.
Fortnite, if you're playing builds on Fortnite, you have to keep working and getting better so that you can enjoy the game,
Hmm.
but like you don't have to become like the best of the best. But
Right.
like if you stay stagnant and you don't play at all, it's
Yeah.
not fun because you get destroyed,
Yeah.
right? So you have
Yeah.
to like if you want to play in that type, you have to kind of like work on your skills a little bit. So that's where
Yeah.
I'm at. I'm at like keep my current like status without like having to like be horrible.
Right. For sure. That no, I definitely agree with that. I mean, I would love to see some people come back with this. I probably could rattle off multiple names, which I won't do, but it's some people I would love to see them just have, even if they play for the month, just to see what it does for them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I would like that because I'm like you said, if they play for the month, they'll probably stay at least for
So
a
as
foreseeable
the
time.
original map came back, I would see some people come back just for like
Yep.
nostalgic reasons. I don't think the whole map is coming back. It could.
Yeah.
I
I
more
didn't
I
think
more
that
see
either.
like pieces of the map. Like, do you remember chapter two, the superhero season when the whole giant Iron Man like land came in?
Mhm.
I kind of foresee something like that.
Mhm.
But if they literally brought it back and the map like just changed every week from a season, that would be dope. I don't know if they're gonna do that.
You yeah. You know,
Usually they just change one piece at a time.
yeah.
Let's see
I
how crazy they get. I don't know. If
I
they do bring the actual map back,
mhm.
I could see a lot of people returning for at least that season just to get the kicks in.
So you remember matter of fact, I think it was I think it was season 5 or 6. Remember what's that what's the game? I gotta find the actual name of the game. Remember the POI where when you
The
went
block.
in no, when you went into the POI, the animation changed. I can't remember the name of the game. It was I'm gonna get it real quick. You can keep talking. I gotta remember it because I don't want to lose that thought.
Was this a Fortnite thing? Because
Yeah,
I
it was a
I remember next to Tilted, you had the mode where you went into there and then you couldn't build.
that was yeah, that was the Western one. Thank
Oh,
you, Borderlands.
Borderlands. Oh, yeah,
Borderlands.
okay, now I
Yeah,
remember. Yeah, when he
yeah,
said that, yeah, I remember.
yeah.
It did, it changed the graphics
Yeah,
to, like, the Borderlands
I can see
graphics.
something like that part because they were talking about the OG graphics. So if they don't do the whole map, I can see something like maybe that happening where if you go into these POIs, the graphics
But
change.
but
That was
if you're following the story and there's an actual time machine,
mhm,
that's the confusing part. Like, because it's like, you're going back to that time, right?
yeah,
Unless, like, something happens at the end where, like, it starts to, like, malfunction and the whole thing changes and it brings stuff from the future here or something like that, from the past
yeah,
here.
yeah.
That's what I think is gonna happen. I bet you the time machine breaks and it brings pieces of the past to the present. Because, like, if it's a time machine, how are we all gonna go back,
Mhm.
right? Because you'd have to go through it unless, like, it did something and brought everything here.
I think it's gonna be more powerful than we think. And I'm interested to see how it exactly works. I agree, but I think it's gonna be more powerful than we think.
There was a was there
Yeah,
a Peely
I think it
there was a
think
Peely skateboard, guys. I
yeah.
think. Maybe there wasn't. I can't remember.
It was drift.
We have a video about it
F-
somewhere whenever I
yeah,
got it.
it was drift, fish stick,
It
uh,
wasn't Shard, though.
little whip.
If
Yeah,
it was hollow like the Pokemon skateboards, that would be dope,
yeah, that would be
but
dope.
it was not. Now I would buy anything where it's like Fortnite hollow and like you have to like rip it to see what you get.
Yeah,
So if they did
that's
that with like I'd buy one of those for sure.
so that was let's stay there real quick because I got this from Camp and Rusher's video. Uh, so this all of this doesn't matter, right? But except for one thing, because of the community. Oh dang, our picture is blocking it. Can I switch? But either way, okay, so at this bottom, this is one of the surveys that they send out each each season of possible collaborations that Fortnite would do. But right down here is Pikachu Pokemon. And I
And
believe
they've
don't
said Pokemon multiple
yeah.
times, but
No,
like,
yeah.
come on, like they don't need to
This
ask us.
yeah.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
like, why are you putting that on this list? Like, of course people want Pokemon.
Now, this is of course they do. And the one unique thing about it this time though is I was looking through this and there's only 3 out of these that have shown up as many times as Pokemon has. So, that may not mean anything, but like Dylan said, this has happened consistently, but the fact that it's been consistently in there more than most of these, um, hopefully we're getting close to it, man. Hopefully
Dude,
we're
no,
getting
if
close.
we get Pokemon into Fortnite, it'll change that. I mean, we have freaking The Nightmare Before Christmas. We have Disney stuff in here, right?
Yeah,
It's like it's Pokemon. Forget the guns. Who cares, right?
yeah,
No one cares about that anymore.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
bring some Nintendo into Fortnite. It'll pop off.
100%.
Pokemon would go crazy. There's
Bro, it will
no
go
like Pokemon game
it will break the
integrated
game.
like that.
It'll break the game.
It would.
It'll break the game. 100%. They Like, yo, David said Pika Pilly collab. Yo, that would be, yeah. It's a lot that they can
I
do.
Daniel, I don't know. So Daniel, here's why. If anyone can do it, Fortnite can.
Yeah.
Like Fortnite has broken the barrier on so many things in the
Mhm.
game industry. So back then, it's like no one would cross platform.
Mhm.
Fortnite broke that.
Yep.
Okay, so now there's no now everything cross platforms. Okay, before there's lots of places that would not work together, and
Yep.
now they do. Right? Pokemon is just one more. Like they've been working with Nintendo. They've been trying to get this, and I think eventually they're going to give in.
Yeah.
I
Matter of
do
fact,
because
yeah.
real quick, let me go on this tangent here because I said this before to somebody else when I was talking about like investing in like stocks and stuff, but I'm not gonna get into that because we don't talk about investment stuff here. But I think that Nintendo and their move with Mario, how successful it was. The biggest
Mhm.
thing that Nintendo has now is their IP. They have so
Mhm.
many good IPs. Their gaming is not that great. Okay,
Mhm.
it's fallen. Like they're trying to compete with their game systems, and they're not
Mhm.
right. But their IP is legendary. You got like
Yep.
Zelda. You have all these Samus. You have Smash Brothers. You've got Pokemon, right?
Mhm.
And so with how good Mario did in the movies, that just proves how good their IP is. So they want to like compound on that. And how better is to lend the IP to Fortnite, which pushes out even more.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a no brainer for them. Right now, they may be stuck on like keeping that little moat, but I
Mhm.
think it benefits them. So I think they're gonna break it. I really do,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be
That
crazy.
that moat point was important because this if you want to talk about competitive advantage, these two coming together, that kind of cements a whole different era of gaming. Like
Hmm.
that just does something that we've never seen. And to the points that you made is like if I matter of fact, I'm gonna just put us both in the same boat. You didn't technically say it, but TSG is saying it's gonna happen. It's just about
I
when. It's
I
gonna happen.
if I think it's a high possibility.
Yeah, yeah. It's may not be 100%, but it's a high possibility. I don't know what that number is, but and it's just one of those things where I think this rollout with Legos, I want to see this for Pokemon. That's the reason why I want to see it. It's not so much, don't get me wrong, I'm excited about it, but I want to see how much they put into this and the way it's rolled out for that reason because I think they will be similar as in how grand it is. I
So
mean, it's going to
if
be
if
crazy.
if I'm thinking about Pokemon, right? And like
Mhm.
I've looked at Nintendo's, I've read some of this stuff about their game systems, and they're not happy with how well the Switch is doing. Like
Mhm.
they're already working on a new system, right?
Yeah.
So they're trying to figure this out, and they can only push the same game so many times. Like Pokemon, the game has not changed that much in like 20 years.
Mhm.
'Cause I played them when I was younger, right? I've played some of the newer ones. It hasn't changed much. It's the same core concept with little things. Now, one of the most recent ones, they actually saw like a rift in the sky, and it
Mhm.
was whole like multiverse, like that they were doing this whole storyline, and it immediately made me think about Fortnite.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
know they're trying to figure out what can they do next,
Mhm.
and the answer is not going to be just another Pokemon game, Pokemon Teal, right? They've
Yeah.
got to do something new. So
It's almost unnecessary, especially with how good the collectibles do. This transition into this type of collaboration makes the most sense. It's just you're because this is one of the first times I can say you're technically not gaining a new audience, you're solidifying an audience. I think most of the people that play Fortnite respect or either still dabble in Pokemon in some instance and vice versa, but this is like cementing both major IPs in a way that we've never seen before. So I would be interested in seeing this happen, and that's with me not being the biggest Pokemon fan. Like this is something that is a part of all of our childhoods, whether we still collect it or not. And it would be something that I think would be major.
a Pikachu lightning bolt power would be kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to. Y'all remember the what was the giant moving creature in Fortnite that just disappeared after one season?
Yeah.
That everyone, the Clombo,
Hmm.
that was his name. He was
Hmm.
so cool. That reminded me of a Pokemon. Like
Yeah.
to me, that was them setting up for Pokemon.
That's a
The
good
whole
point.
Clombo thing that
Yeah.
came for one season, then disappeared.
Hmm.
Like no one wanted it to leave. Everyone
Yeah.
wanted him to come back. Right?
Yeah.
It was impossible to kill, right? That was like Pokemon for me. So if we
Yeah.
have that, but like 10 times bigger, like
Yep.
all the Pokemon just in there, That'd be
Hmm.
kind of crazy. How they do
Oh
it, I
yeah,
have no idea, but I'd be
yeah.
down for it.
And the thing is, one thing we can be confident in, even if they don't bring in things that people want all the time, they never drop the ball on the functionality of a collaboration. Like that's kind of always top tier. I can't remember a time that it really was never great. Like as an in-game experience, it's always been great. So this wouldn't be any different in my opinion.
And well, like Fortnite's pushing all these new game modes.
Yeah.
If the gun thing really is that big of an issue, I don't know that it is because Pokemon be killing people. Like remember
Hmm.
Mewtwo killed Ash? I don't know if y'all remember that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like I don't know why people are so upset about guns, but they could do a whole nother game mode,
Hmm.
right? So it's like Fortnite is like a marketing machine, and that's
Yeah.
why it has all these IPs. So Pokemon not being in there, I think like is different. It's not like it's like Fortnite no longer is just like its own game. It's like all of these things together,
Hmm.
and people broadcasting it on like for like video games. So
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit different. I think they can do it. I really
For
do.
sure. For
Maybe
sure.
it's wishful thinking, but I,
It could be a
we'll
mixture of both.
we'll see. We'll see.
It could be a mixture of both for sure. This
I,
one,
s-
wait.
I see you scrolling through some of these.
Yeah. Trying to get back to the think we were right here. So let's
Not sure. I
see.
don't remember a gun in that, but you don't really need to in the Pokemon world, I guess.
Right.
But
Oh,
like if
yeah.
Pokemon comes into through a rift, it makes sense. But like in a regular world, you don't need guns. You've got like creatures that kill people. So I
Yeah.
don't.
Also, on top of that, I forgot to put it in there last week. They're doing a age. They're rolling out an age restriction at the beginning of this next season.
That's true.
And so I
Per
think
creative map, right?
per creative map. So maybe that I don't know. It's the beginning of it. It's the inception of it. But I think they're working on ways to bring in certain IPs and have certain restrictions for whatever that age demographic is. And I think it's very possible. It's very possible.
Real quick.
Yeah, go
Someone
ahead.
did say something earlier before we go on to these cards. Nick Fox says, "Fun fact: there'll never be a Lego Pokemon collab." I think he's saying that because they're partnered with that other brand. Was it like Mega Construction or whatever?
Mm,
So like they may not be legal to be able to do that. If that's the case, like if there's red tape there because Lego is invested in Fortnite for the kids
yeah,
metaverse. So
yeah,
Legos and Fortnite are trying to create like a kids metaverse.
yeah,
And if there is like red tape there for them that they can't do anything with Lego,
yeah,
technically it's with Fortnite, but like if they're invested, I don't know how that works. So
yeah.
I could see that being more of a problem
It could be intricate.
than them
Yeah,
not wanting to collab.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. It definitely can be intricate, and I think that those are the things that I can't imagine what I would love to be a fly on the wall when it comes to getting over all those hurdles of the fact that these characters and IPs live in the same world.
mhm.
Like I can't imagine what that is sometimes. Like, you don't want to come cross the path of X, Y, and Z because the thing is, you have to worry about the content creators sometimes. The content creators know how to, you know, pull that foreign here. They know how to create the content to mix these IPs that hate each other and stuff like that. They do it all the time. So I would love to be a fly on the wall in those business meetings.
I mean, if you have to think about it, it's like whenever someone comes to Fortnite, if they that IP comes there, they're pretty much saying that like it literally comes because the 0 point is the first reality.
Hmm.
So like Marvel said it was canon from Fortnite,
Yeah.
right? People skim over that part, but like anything in Marvel comes from Fortnite's universe.
Yep.
So like they do have to kind of be careful with that because that's kind of what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard because you do want to protect your IP. Naturally, you want to protect
Yeah,
your IP. So you have to have the right people in those meetings on your end. You have to know people, you have to have people in there that understand the way Fortnite works. Because if you don't, you could be in a space where you conflicted what you originally wanted. And that's the beauty of Fortnite to me. Like it's so many loops that you have to go through to make it make sense, and they make it make sense a whole lot of times.
yeah, 100%.
But
Excuse me.
no, you're good. That this so Galaxy popped West Drum talked about Galaxy. That's funny. But I love this. I love duality right here. You got the crystal shard for USA crystal shard from the promo set, and then you have Italy PSA 10, which is definitely a sleeper when it comes to just grade in general, not technically the character. But yeah, I love seeing that as well.
Yeah, it's nice because people say we don't talk about Italy enough. Like,
There
getting
you
a
go. Yeah,
PSA 10 in Italy is hard, so
it's
so
hard. It's
that's
hard.
pretty good.
It's
I
one of
still have
those
my Gold
things,
Trooper 9.5.
and don't let that go.
No, I'm not letting that one go.
That so man, what I really like about these pickups is you start to see some trends and some tendencies happening here. And we've been seeing Tigris pretty consistently. Tigris is up for auction right now. Shout out to anybody that's competing against a certain person. Um
You trying to
but
blow up people's spots.
no, he blew up his own spot already. but you know, um Red Jade is up here, and then you obviously have some Series 3 hitters, which is Inverted Skull Trooper, Unpilly,
Ooh,
and then Eternal Knight. But yeah, no, I know what you just looked up. It's insane. Whoa, wait a
343
second.
dollars.
Wait a second. Hold on. Bro, what?
You guys are going crazy for some Tigers right now.
It's no way.
Sorry to interrupt your pulls, but I had to pull that one because
No,
you were
no,
talking
no,
about
no.
it. I mean, Tigers. All right, there's two things I want to do here. I know, like, Tigers is an interesting one. Fortnite. How you spell Fortnite, guys? .gg. What is Tigers on here?
Can I guess the number?
All time? Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, and guess.
I'm gonna say Tigress is 23. She might be higher than that now.
15. 2.5
15.
million users.
Dang.
This is all time. She didn't used to be. Yeah, she used to be low. No one
Yeah.
used to use her.
Yeah.
And then she's been very consistent for a while
Mhm.
now, over a year.
Dang.
She's one of the ones that's like popped up since Chapter 2, Season 8.
That thing
She was
popped
bad.
up.
She was doing horrible at one point.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a light skin. And then the thing is, that's the beauty of it is when the pros and these sweats get a hold of it, it don't matter what happens, bro. It just changes the game. Look at this transition. This is the transition I use all week. I go from Fortnite GG to the pop
So
report.
like when you're trying to look up, trying to figure out like why is this card going for so much? First, like how many people actually like the skin? How much people are using it? And then let's say, okay, well, like how rare is it? Let's see. Now this is relative because you don't know what's in people's collections, right? And that
Yeah.
everyone's grading.
Man, I don't,
What? That can't be right. There's only one graded Tigers.
that's weird.
Yo, guys, is there only one graded Tigers at all?
Bro, that's weird.
That can't be right. I feel like I've seen these graded, right? I don't know if that's blurry for you guys, but let me zoom in here. So Tigers, cracked ice, total one graded, and it's a 9. Is that right?
That's crazy. He said Ash has them all. Yeah, that's just
Ash
there you
Ash
go.
caught them all. Is that what he said?
Yeah, yeah. That that's
100%. I think that is true, but there's none graded.
yo, like this is the type of thing though that drives me crazy. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why stuff like this drives me crazy
I
because
real quick. I get
yeah,
that, Brian, but
yeah,
Tigers is one that I thought there'd be more than one graded. But go ahead,
yeah.
go ahead, Rob.
No, this what drives me crazy about this stuff is because like so for instance, I have a list, right? Like you remember I told you I have a checklist of cards that I want to obtain. And like this card I'm not talking about. It's a card that I want to get, but it's like 20th, right? It's 20th on the list, but the people that collect them, I may have to get it earlier just because of how infrequent it pops up. And this Tigers is like one of those situations, like it's man, it's hard to make certain decisions. It's hard to go in order sometimes because sometimes just cards don't pop up and it drives me crazy. But that's that balance, man. It's like, the top of your list and then the things that don't show up often.
So we were talking about this earlier. Talk about this right now. In the last 30 days, there's only 700 sellers, right?
Mhm.
Very, very low, right? the amount of people collecting Fortnite cards is fairly low right now, guys. In the Facebook group, I think the most act there's only 135 like actually active people and a 3,000 member group. I would
Yeah.
say 135 to probably like 300 people are active in that Facebook group, right? That's
Hmm.
how small the hobby is like right now for collecting. And there's you still can't find some of these cards.
Hmm.
If the hobby grows at all, these cards are gonna be impossible to find.
Yeah.
Like impossible. That's crazy. I didn't realize that Tigers was
No, and then Brian, mixing Brian's and Mile Highs together, but Brian said, and there's several only Pop One Series 2 that's been overlooked like great. No, it definitely has. I've been looking at the Series 2 Pop report pretty consistently, and yo, Optichromes. I'm okay. This is another topic we're going to get into. Might as well do it now. So, Dylan, would you say that you have? I'm gonna tie yours together with this, Brian. But would you say that you have a high, middle, and low of how you collect? Like I know you say you don't like really go too strategic,
yeah.
but like at any given time, do you have like so high would be like a grill, middle would be like that price point that's comfortable for you, but it's not like cheap to everybody else. And then it's that low. Like, do you have something that you're consistently buying that's at a low price, even if you're not buying right now? Like, do you have a
Um
high, middle, and a high, middle, low?
um for me, it's whenever I have extra cash, I'm browsing eBay and I know what I like.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
literally how I collect, right? Now there's tons I have on the back of my mind, right? Like a Ghoul Trooper,
Hmm.
right? The Ghoul Trooper shard, like I was looking for like 2 years, right? But like
Yeah,
I knew where that was, and it's like, when am I gonna have that kind of cash? So when I did, and someone popped up, I said, if you give me 2 to 3 weeks, I can get it, and he did. I was able
yeah.
to get it.
Hmm.
So for me, it's just like whenever I have some extra cash, I browse eBay to get what I like. That's how I
Yeah.
collect, right? Because I'm not
Hmm.
in it for like to like sell in the future like some people are. If I
Yeah.
was, yeah, like there's some that I would be buying like all the time. Like I'm watching some Roxas. Like she's not huge poppy. They don't blow her up. I'm not like raising her, guys.
Yo, yo,
Like
what's up,
like
bro?
like Rox. I like this skin a lot, and I
Yeah.
wear it all the time. Not hugely popular, guys. So do not listen. Not pumping this card. So like I buy these when I can. I have several of them.
Hmm.
Um, especially if it's at a cheap price. But again, when I have some money, I go on eBay. I see what do I want for the best value.
Yeah.
So
As,
like that's how it is. I'm not very strategic like the rest of you guys.
Well, I have to be and I have to be because I don't, I build like out a budget, and so within that budget, what I have is like, okay, if I keep building this budget, I'll go for my next grill, right? Or I'll stay in this middle lane for a while, and I think that's where I'm gonna be for a minute. I think I'm gonna stay in the middle lane, and even though the next card I want is available, but it's up there, so I would have to kind of jot that out. But the reason why I brought that up is because my low end, and I stay quiet about what I'm doing fairly often because a lot of things happen when you start talking about what you're doing. But um, bro, I'm gun ho on Series 2
Rob
Optichromes.
says he
I'm
likes
not
to watch me shoot myself in the foot, but he doesn't
listen,
like to do it himself.
nah, I because I'm a collector, bro. Like I want
Mhm.
the cards. Like I just can't do that. Like I'm a collector first, 100%. But I'm gun ho on Series 2 Optichromes. I have like this heavy conviction thing going on. So at first I did want to do just like PSA 10s, but I think I'm gonna dabble into the raw and the PSA 9 and do like a low end collecting while I'm preparing to get a grill, just cheap cards. Because I really like the Series 2 Optichromes a lot. And I think it's something that I'm gonna regret if it becomes to a point where you gotta pick and choose instead of where you can buy a couple at a time. So
So
I really like those.
here's where I'm at. Okay, if I'm looking right now, I think the market is so low, and these cards are so hard to find. Right,
Hmm.
there's cards that still won't pop up on. Like I have some cards that I'm looking for that never pop up. Right,
Yeah.
so I'm looking in like the $200 to $300 range.
Yep.
Like I'm looking for those cards that are gonna be worth a lot more later and like
Yep.
impossible to get. Now, if there's a cards like let's say like Healy or like Skull Trooper and stuff like that, like yeah, those may be impossible to get in the future, but they're still like in the thousand range. Like I'm not chasing those right now.
Hmm.
But like if it's a really good card, I know it's gonna be possible to get in the future in the $200 to $300. That's what I'm chasing. I'm also not chasing like $50, $25 cards too much, like the
Hmm.
Optichromes that are like
Hmm.
$5. Like because
Hmm.
those can go up to like who knows, like $100, $200. I can get them then.
Hmm.
But like the 200 to 300 right now, might be impossible in the future. So that's kind of my what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, and the reason why I brought this up, and the reason why I wanted to bring it up is because it's something I haven't done yet. So now people can't say that it was planned or something like that. But the reason why I brought up the series two Optichromes is, bro, people hold strong on their prices when it comes to PSA 10 Optichromes.
People hold
They,
strong in their prices
they,
for Fortnite cards,
yes, but
just in
Optichromes have
general.
been, yeah, but Optichrome's been a little bit. I know Optichrome's been a little bit different lately, and I've noticed that. I don't like. I think Brian even brought it up. I think it's one of those things that, to tie it with what Malhai said right here. There's a lot of Series Two product left, a whole lot of product left, right? And
Yeah,
and because we're not just talking about mega boxes when we're talking about Optichrome. Optichrome is in every product, but it's still hard. It's still hard
yeah.
to pull the card. It's still, it's I think it's a 52% gem rate. So that's a whole nother thing that goes into it. That's what I like looking at these things. I use gem rate for that, but it's 52% gem rate. Um, man, is that the Optichromes is really intriguing to me. They've always been. Yeah, I mean, you can look back on my Instagram and I've talked about it for a while, but I think I'm actually gonna start building a little bit of a collection there. I want to do a set because I'm not a set collector, but we'll talk about something like that a little bit down the road.
I like Optichromes. I also like
Yeah.
hollows. My thing is like the shards for me are going to be
Hmm.
out of the reach in the future. Like people
Yeah.
have to remember, it's like there's like hardly anyone. Like I just said this like 30, 45 minutes ago. There's
Hmm.
hardly anyone buying right now, right? And
Yeah.
these people who are selling are not budging on price for most of these cards,
100%.
right? There's only
100%.
like 700 sellers in the last 30 days, all right?
Hmm.
And there's a lot less buyers,
Yep.
and they're sticking to their prices in a down market when people need money. I mean, it's like they're sticking hard to some of these,
They are. They really
right?
are.
They're not letting them go. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very interesting.
Yeah. Robert, your international sets graded only or raw? Struggling to fill in the blanks on the cards that haven't been graded yet. Series one. Did you grade your base? So yes, I have all of my international set is graded besides my Italy base. My Italy base is the only one that's still raw. Um, I have another collector that has the Brazil Hollow base for me. I mean Brazil Hollow for me that's graded in a PSA 9. And that would technically be the last two for the first nine. So I'll have all the series one crystal shards, hollows, and base. And then I'll also have the reloaded. Shout out to Dylan for that one. And then the last one I would need is the season 8 reloaded for it to complete that set. And grading that one, I don't even care what grade that gets. I just want it slabbed, and then I'll have the complete set of Lux. The next one I want to do is Omega and Drift. Drift is going to be interesting because he's in pretty much everything but Series Two. So that's going to be, and his Italy and Brazil doesn't sell cheap either. So that those two are the next ones I want to do. Omega is probably next, and then Drift. But yeah, I love
I
doing
was
the international set.
I was going through my sports binder that I still had. I found in my closet,
Yeah.
and I guess I forgot that I had some ungraded stuff. Right, a lot of these
Uh-huh.
were ungraded, and I found something I was trying to do with John Wall and Bradley Beal,
Yeah.
and like I never completed it because the
Ah.
last. So like so this is what got me thinking about like cards for like Fortnite, right? In sports, what's cool is kind of like what you're doing with
Hmm.
like Lux, right? It's like you
Yeah.
get all their variants.
Yeah.
I haven't really been doing. I've been getting their rookie stuff and focusing on that.
Hmm.
Like I just got rid of my Aura Series 3 cracked ice,
Hmm.
but now I'm gonna have to get one back because now I'm thinking it's
Yeah.
like maybe I do want every single card of her.
Mhm,
But like so for this set, in this particular set,
mhm.
they've got this cornerstones. You know that one,
Yeah,
2017
yeah. Yep,
cornerstones.
yep.
So every color, and it was like the one of one was a black one,
Yeah,
and then went one of five, then one of 10, and they kept changing the color
yeah,
as it went. And there's like six of them. I have all of Wall's and all of Bradley Beal's.
yeah.
I have none of the one of ones
That's how it goes, bro. That's
because
how it
like
goes in the
they and I've
sports.
had and I've searched for like years.
Yeah.
Like it's been like six
Well,
years, and I haven't. They've never popped up
you know the code
because
to
they're one
that,
of
right?
ones.
You know
Huh?
the code to that, right? So they say in the sports world, like if you're thinking of doing that, you gotta grab the one-on-one first. You get the one-on-one, then you do it. But that's what they always say. But no, but
Yeah, but no one.
you
I
have to
feel
get
like
the
a lot of
set.
people don't even collect that set. To
Yeah,
like, that I've seen, like it's super cheap. Like to get all of them was cheap. It's just the black one of ones never pop up, right?
yeah.
So, but so I was thinking for like Fortnite. even if they start doing more auras and stuff like that, I am gonna kind of want to get everything. But if it's in the one set, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So if they do future sets and instead of doing like 200, 300 characters, if
Mhm.
they brought it back down to like 80 to 100 characters, but then did stuff like that,
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that. That way,
Yeah.
like like get rid of like some of the ones that no one cares about, and they
Mhm.
can complete sets. I'd be cool with that.
Yeah. I was gonna go on a tangent about Upper Deck and Fortnite, but I'm not gonna do it. Y'all heard it enough. But David said, "Do I like Series 2 Optis better than Series 2 Ice?" No, I wouldn't say that. I
There's
wouldn't
no
say
way.
that.
There's
I
no
wouldn't say
way.
that. But I do, and I really do enjoy the Optis. But Ice is Ice. Um, I can't say that I like the Optis more than the Ice, but it is. So I'll say this: I'm more intrigued overall with the Optis because it's the first. We only got 3 sets when it came to major series sets, and it's the first Opti. It's one of the only 2 Optis from series, with Series 2, Series 3. But I think the zoomed in style is perfect, man. That is
There's no way you can pick the Opti over the cracked ice, in my
I like
opinion.
the Opti a lot. I mean, I definitely
I
go
do like it
Ice.
a lot too, but not
Yeah.
over. There's no way it can be over the Crystal Shard, in my
Oh,
opinion.
Steven, I was trying to give people a break on my laser rants, bro. Like, I don't know if you, I go pretty
I'm not
hard
a
on the
laser
laser
fan.
side. I go pretty hard on the laser side. I was trying to give them a break, but yeah, I like the lasers a lot. I will separate it though. I think is Midas, and then I am intrigued by the lasers, but Midas is that laser that is the most important to me. I said it before, but if you're new, I don't want to take away from like what I've said before, which I don't think you are. But when we first started ripping, me and Dylan had opened a lot of Series 3 products to start off. And I immediately noticed with the lasers, I'm like, yo, something is going to be different with these. Midas, you can check the pop reports now. Midas PSA 10 is still on the laser is still low. It's
It's
just it's one of those things, man. I think it's gonna
which
be
one do you
interesting
like
as time
better
goes.
visually? Cracked ice or laser? Visually,
I
just
like the I
visually.
like the I like the cracked ice more.
Yeah.
I
But
think the laser is intriguing on the pop side.
that's my thing. On the pop side, it is. But like, let's say like Reloaded Renegade Raider, right? Everyone wants
Mhm.
the 10, right? If there was a hollow version, right, that wasn't as hard to grade, I want that one more. Even if like even if the
But
reloaded base one was like only one
yeah.
out of 10, right? I still try to get it, but I want the laser or the hollow or the cracked ice version of Renegade Raider. Even if it
Mhm.
was an easier grade, I'd want
Yeah.
it more.
Yeah. I
If
I
it was
mean, I
still a
agree with
rookie.
that.
If it was still
Yeah,
a
I
rookie.
agree with that. I think if I'm being honest, if I'm thinking of the whole collector scale, right? Naturally as time goes on. So let's say we hit 10 years, right? We hit 10 years with Fortnite cards. Let's just give random numbers. Let's say Midas cracked ice hits 300, right? And let's say the laser hits 15 to 30 overall
10s?
graded. Yeah,
Overall
10s.
graded?
Over no, 10s. Let's say
Okay.
these is both
Wait,
10 scenarios. Yeah.
so
So
wait, you said minus can get how many 10s?
let's say Midas has 300 overall, right? Just
Okay.
300 cards overall. And let's say that the lasers have just 15 to 23 PSA 10s, right? Naturally, scarcity and rarity intrigues collectors. It just
It
naturally
does. It
does.
does.
And I think that's where I agree with you, where I think people would prefer the cracked ice aesthetically, but they're gonna veer to the scarcity and rarity of the laser. And I think that's gonna happen. I think people kind of are on that already, but I'm interested to see what happens.
Yeah, that is interesting. Like, who knows? Like, I have no idea value wise.
Yeah.
It could be an interesting play because if there's less,
Hmm.
right, the supply and demand is like, if let's say there's like 1,000 people who are hardcore collectors,
Yeah.
right? The price for the laser is probably gonna go up. Now, for
Yeah.
like someone like me who cares more about like collecting it versus like what do I want, um, I don't really want something I don't
But is
like as much.
is is
The
so
price
I
wise,
think
investment wise, like in a PSA
yeah.
10 only, like I get why Stardnock's like interested in it, like it laser being overpriced price wise for a 10. It's kind of like the
But
reloaded 10 thing.
Richard, that's all it is. That's all. When I'm talking about the lasers, that's exactly what I'm
That's what he's
talking
talking about.
about.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
a reloaded thing, like
Yeah.
10 all day,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's what it is. And
Yeah. If we're talking aesthetic, I mean, you can't really compete with cracked ice the
yeah,
aesthetically. Like it's
I
nothing you
mean,
really
everyone
can do
has their
with that.
opinion, but at
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
time,
It's hard. That's a hard one. But
I get where
that
you're coming from.
yeah, I like it. I think those
If you're talking
that
price wise,
yeah.
maybe
That and that
It
gap is
really
going
depends on demand.
yeah.
It's hard to guess what the demand is going to be.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really is. Like I've
I want to
seen
see a 10
stuff that's
spot.
super hard to get, and people just don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. And but this is there's so little of these cards. And I'm not going to talk about a specific set that I bring up every single week. I won't do that. I'll say 90s football and basketball in general, like when it comes to the to the rubies and to PMGs and to all of these even some of the refractors, the atomic refractors and stuff like that. The bro, I don't get me wrong, I've been paying attention to it, but I can truthfully say I never like went and looked at the pop reports of them. And you got out of hundreds, you got out of 50s, right?
Hmm.
And there's still only 8 or 10 graded, period. Like
Yeah,
that. And so when I'm thinking of Fortnite, we don't have hard number cards, right? But when we talk about a BK and how many boxes could be left, the the, f- the possibility of we seeing of us seeing all of those graded is slim to none, right? And so I think about things like that. Like I really think that Fortnite has skipped a generation. It because it has this 90s feel when it comes to the scarcity, natural scarcity and rarity.
that
Like it's
junk
so it's
era,
crazy. Yeah.
not the junk era, but yeah, then yeah, I get what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, it's I don't know, man, it's insane to think about.
So I'm looking at Midas cracked ice. There's 91 tens,
Yeah,
right? And there's 5 Midas lasers.
and it's been that way for literally at least 3 months.
5 out of, so that's what, that's like 7% gym rate for.
Mhm.
Let me actually do the math here. I'm not. We're trying to brain kid it out here. So 39 divided by 5, 7.8%. Man, I'm good, man. All right. So that's about 7%
Yeah,
gem rate versus where's Midas cracked ice? 91 of 152. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying.
yeah, and I think
It's yeah, it's
because then you have another thing with this, right? The other thing is that aesthetically, so some will get a 9, right? But they're off centered, or it's something along those lines that still it still was allowed a 9 because it's a factory issue. People are going to go based off aesthetic then. Like so now you
yeah.
have just the 10, and then you have the aesthetic of the 9, and if it's a clean 9 and things like that. It's just, man, I think the Midas Laser 10 has a lot going for it. Specifically, I want to highlight that it's not across the board on the lasers, but specifically that one.
Yeah, like I said, it's gonna come down to demand. Do I think there's gonna be there's gotta be like right now there's of course there's 5 serious collectors.
Right,
Right. So like, you know what I mean?
right.
So
Yeah,
that's like right now it makes 100% sense, right? It's kind of hard to believe there won't be more than whatever this number gets to.
yeah.
Hard to believe there won't be that many serious collectors looking for it. But at the
Mhm.
same time, there could be that many looking for the cracked ice too.
But here, no, but here's the thing. That's what I like about it. So we know how the hobby in general is. Most collectors are PSA 10 struck, right? Now, not, let me say this the right way. Gem mint struck, right? They're gem mint struck. And so even if they like the Midas cracked ice, they may want if they like Midas that much, they may go to the laser after that. And then you gotta find a laser 10, or maybe you want a 9. But I'm just thinking of that top tier collector, right? If he got the 10 in the ice, he more than likely, or he or she more than likely will want the 10 and the laser just based off the scarcity. So now you have the aesthetically pleasing one, and then you have the scarce one. So I'm interested to see how this plays out because we haven't seen a Midas PSA 10 go up for auction. That thing does not show up. Um, we've seen some raw sell, we've seen some PSA 9 sell, and it's just that 10. That 10 is a little different, just a little bit.
Fortnite and tens, they go crazy, man. They do go
Yeah.
crazy. PSA tens, I should clarify. The
Yeah.
shard knock
Yeah.
out there. PSA tens go crazy for Fortnite cards.
Yo, by the way, I did see a little bit of yeah, right. I so I think I can't remember who said it last week. I wasn't literally putting myself at 10, but I was talking about the PSA set registry, and I was saying I'm okay if like I was at 10. I was just saying a random number. People have been doing the set registry. I haven't looked at it in a while. So shout out to the PSA collectors out there. I gotta shout them out for the one time. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing pretty good on the registry when you showed me.
Yeah, I gotta. Well, I haven't added. The last time I showed you, I was definitely somewhere in there. I don't think I'm even close now. I gotta add some more in there though. I haven't added at least 8 to 10 cards, so I gotta add that in. So Shard was I go back up to this one with Shard. He said this hold on, let me pull it up there. He said this goes back to that series 2, series 3 ice quality. If they were the same S1 print slash quality, I'm taking ice regardless of pops. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much that quality is just different when it comes to series 2 and series 3.
Are you talking about if the laser was the same quality as the Series 2, Series 3? Or are you talking about
I think that's what he was
yeah,
getting at. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. This one I think for Fortnite, especially knowing corners are usually the culprit to not, to not being a PSA 10, more likely to pass in BGS, SGC, etc. I think PSA 10s are the only slabs that indicate corner uh, problems for good for Fortnite. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think every grading company has their thing. You know what I mean? Every
Yeah.
grading company has their thing. I've seen a lot. I've actually seen a pretty intense debate in the sports hobby when it came to like cracking SGC to PSA and then cracking PSA to SGC. Everybody has their side to the story of how that
I'm about
turns
to
out.
crack some stuff and send it to Tag.
Oh, oh my goodness.
I
I
mean, I think it doesn't really matter though because no matter what happens, so like regardless, like people like how PSA grades,
mhm,
whether it's it doesn't really they don't people don't care like if
mhm.
it's the strictest or
Yeah.
that it's exact. People don't care. They just care like they like how PSA grades it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Well,
And so even
I
if like tag was more accurate
mhm,
or if they did something differently, it doesn't matter. Like people like how PSA grades.
yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. So it doesn't really matter about like
But
breaking it and sending it.
I also think I've said this before. I also think it's the overall business and the build out that PSA does. It's just no other grading company that's doing it across the board. They're on the media side. They have the set registry. They have all of these different avenues for you to feel like a collector. They reward their collectors at the set registry collectors at the end of the year. They all go to these reward shows and they get rewarded. It's just they put a lot more into it. Yes, they have their flaws, but I think across the board, I think PSA has the best business and they have the moat, in my opinion.
You so Chardonnay said you leave. See, he said he likes the rush of trying to get a card through. See, for me, I
Mhm,
care just more about like getting the card, just like knowing what the grade is. So maybe I just think about it differently. Like if they got rid of it, like I'm not leaving the hobby. Like if let's say all grading like just went out the window,
mhm,
I'm not leaving. That doesn't, I like them slabbed. But
yeah,
like if I had to use one touches, you know what I mean? Because there was
mhm.
no grading, that's what I would do. You know what I
Yeah. I
mean?
mean, you're
So like
you're
I'm not leaving the hobby, but maybe I'm just a minority in that.
yeah. It's it's one of those things. See, and I think that's a. I would be. I would say this about this. If you went with tag and all of your cards kept getting sixes, as much as I don't think you'll be consistently okay with that. I really don't.
No,
I
no, but like that would mean that their grading's not working, right? Like that would mean
maybe.
they're that
Well,
would
no,
mean
this
they're
is that's not true. It's human versus AI. This is
no, no, I
different
hear you,
though.
but I'm saying like if they but if they program it, right? So like if they programmed it so much so that like even a pristine looking card got a six, the
But
business wouldn't work. Yeah.
that's what that's what it's gonna get. Like it's if you have to grade the quality of paper, cardboard, it's on average.
But
Like if you
you said it though. Like so when they design an AI, right? You know what I
mhm,
mean? They're looking for all those different metrics on what makes a card look pristine, and they're
mhm.
putting those systems in. Like if you look at tag, it tells you all the different points and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
If I
Yeah,
was only getting sixes, yeah, it wouldn't work. It literally wouldn't work. Like their business would fail.
yeah.
But
I
like
mean,
that's like an imaginary that's an imaginary fear, I think.
no, I would, and I'm using six as a dramatic grade, but I'm even talking about like consistent eights. I mean, look at the response that happened when you got those Kuno nines, right? This
Yeah.
is that's probably going to happen on the tag side too. it really is.
Well,
And
maybe. I mean,
yeah,
tag probably changes like how I've looked at my Kunos, but they all look really, really minty. I have no idea about the surface. I have an
yeah.
idea of what they're tagging them with, but I
Hmm.
mean, again, I sent in so many. I think that guy was just being
Yeah,
difficult.
cause because I watched a couple tag collectors as well.
Mm,
Like I watched this one guy, he was doing Ken Griffey Jr. cards, and it was one of the harder grade ones. and I think it was originally a PSA 8, and I think when he got it back from tag, it was a PSA 6, and it was like three in a row, right?
mhm.
And you could just hear him getting depleted as it goes. Like it's just you could just, he's like, well, I guess that's what
I
the grade
submitted
really,
10 and I got
yeah.
5 10s.
Yeah. But I mean, but that's problem caused. That's that time. I'm just saying there may not be as many collectors like you. And I think, like you, to your point, I think a lot of people want the human factor and think they want the AI, but they'll end up trailing back eventually. And I just believe that. I think more people say they want AI, but I think they really want the AI fact. I mean, they want the human factor and they just don't know it yet. You
I
I
mean,
I, I
it's
genuinely
kind of
believe
like
that.
the comic books, right? When people grade comic books, when
Yeah.
CGC grades the comic books, right? Like they have like the manufacturer stuff, and they ignore it and do 9.8. When people hear AI, they get all scared because they don't understand what they're talking about.
Right.
But like they program this in, and they give certain points to certain things, right? So it detects the scratches and stuff like that. Like I want to know if my card actually has scratches on it. Like
Yeah.
submitting stuff to PSA, like trying to sneak things through. If it has scratch, sometimes they miss it, right?
Mhm.
So that having that standard thing go across, in my opinion, is a good thing. Like you want to know your card is good.
Yeah.
That's all that is. Now, I don't want them to be so exact that it has to literally be perfect because nothing's
Mhm.
perfect. It was
Right.
printed. Nothing's
Right.
gonna be perfect. But like
Right.
that's like they
I
wouldn't
well,
program it like that, you
matter
know.
of fact, let me preface. You're right. Let me preface this too. I think I'm interested to see what their eventual pushback will be, because
Yeah.
everything's good and dandy now. You're new in town. You're grading probably. Let me say,
But
okay, I'll say like,
we should emphasize like I'm not trying to get anybody to go to
yeah,
tag, just so
yeah,
you guys know.
yeah.
Like listen sharp not like PSA is where you're gonna get your money.
This is more of a,
Just more
let's
just
put it,
interesting topic.
interesting topic, and I'll say it's more of a new grading company topic. But I will say tag is the most interesting out of those, right? But if when every company eventually gets pushed back, every company eventually has a narrative that's pushed with theirs. And I wonder what theirs is going to be. I do. When they
Yeah.
finally start getting the numbers, I mean, I was looking at the gym rate charts, and they were talking about how PSA has consistently been at 1,000,003 for about the past couple months, and BGS has dropped all the way down to 61K. SGC has been doing really well, and then CGC has been right in that middle point where they're kind of competing with SGC along with them. But I'm interested, if Tag starts getting those numbers up, what's the narrative going to be? What's going to be the pushback, and will that affect the overall business?
Yeah, so like we were wondering, like, do you think they'll change the system? Like, does the system keep updating
Yeah,
and stuff like that?
yeah,
Honestly, since it's AI and stuff like that, if they change their programming, I feel like they should tell people so
right.
they can resubmit it in. So like, if you don't know, like with like tag, so like each one gets like a number out of 1,000. It's kind of hard to see. Inside this QR code here is an
Yeah,
actual number. So like this 10 is 968 points, right? A
yeah,
pristine is anything over 990. I have one that's like 989 is like 1 point away, right?
yeah,
But like it literally adds it up, right? And
yeah.
so I'm interested, which is a good test, right? Like see how accurate this is. Like if I send in the same one, if I break it and will it get the same exact number?
Yeah.
That would be kind of interesting. But like if they start changing that, yeah, I could see it. Like, hey, we're not getting enough because people think we're too tough.
Mhm.
They would have to
Mhm.
tell people. I feel like so that
Yeah.
people want to resub their cars. Maybe
Yeah.
interesting
Is
topic.
No, and I think is like you said, this is not a tag thing. So let's just give it a title. This is pretty much, human graded versus AI, right? That's pretty much what we're talking about right now. And JL was talking about how he was just thinking about retrograding.
And you know,
Yeah.
technically, I don't even want to say this is like necessarily AI. People
AI,
can take
right. Yeah, it's not
it's not
technically AI.
necessary. It's
Yeah.
literally just computers. Right? It's just
Yeah.
programming.
Yeah.
All right. So it's scanning this. It's looking for. It's just it has what it's looking
It's a
for. It's programmed
functionality.
in it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's all programmed to identify it based off of it. It's like it's not even machine learning. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe they have some kind of machine learning AI built into it to upgrade how it does it after it does a certain amount of
Yeah.
cards. It upgrades its learning. That's AI, like improving yourself. That's gonna
Yeah.
be like the AI, right?
Mhm.
If they're just
And
programming it with like these metrics, like scratches are worth X, Y points and stuff like that, it's not necessarily AI, right?
right. And I do think, to the tag point, I think tag is properly positioned to compete. It's just how is it gonna transition over time? I think because like I said, I do like what they have created. I think it's very competitive. It's just about, to your point earlier, getting those people that have, let's just say, getting those people that have an exquisite card. Let's say they have a LeBron exquisite. If you get to the point where they could, but not that there's that many left on the market raw, but you get the point. If you get somebody to possibly think about grading a LeBron exquisite 5 to 10 years from now, that's a different conversation. Like, that's when you're really creating, you're disrupting a market. And I think tag has the potential. I'm just interested in the adaptation of people that are, to your point, comfortable with getting that PSA 9 that may not be a PSA 9, then going to tag and possibly getting a PSA 8 or a 7.5.
Yeah, like what is your goal?
Yeah,
If you take a PS9, you're going to tag, like what's your goal?
right,
You
exactly.
know, I
It,
mean, like tag would literally have to have your tins sell as much as PSA
mhm,
tins for anyone to do that.
yeah,
And like breaking like so PSA has like this whole they have I just blanked on the word I was going to use. I hate that with a
yeah.
passion. Um Forget it. I'm not
No, I
Is
feel,
it
I
one
feel you.
word? And it's like
You want that word.
god dang it, man. Oh well, forget
Yeah,
it.
I hate that.
It's just
Yeah.
like PSA is a behemoth. It's gonna be hard for anyone to compete with them. So that wasn't the topic. I was just saying
Yeah, no,
it's
it's
just
a,
an
but
interesting conversation.
it transitioned into a good one. And to cap off the topic, I would say that they don't have to compete. I would say, I mean, they have to compete, but what I'm saying is, I think they could do what SGC kind of did during that pandemic time, like where it was like, okay, we might not reach PSA, but we definitely can compete with BGS,
I
and they
mean,
did that, and that's
tag
what.
tag can try to get like people who really just want to collect the cards, like me.
Hmm.
Like these the cards going here are the cards that I'm not gonna plan to like sell for like a profit necessarily, right?
Hmm.
So like they're not gonna be looking at flippers. That's not the target audience
Right.
or investors necessarily. Really, probably just new collectors or
Hmm.
anyone who wants to shake it up and do things that way.
Yeah.
That's probably their best bet, really.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, yeah, they do have patent tech, but like that doesn't mean that the PSA can't come up with their own tech that reads that, right? They can program their own stuff and come up with a different way to do it, right?
Hmm.
They just can't be the same. Like
Yeah,
there's
and
certain stuff that's patent.
PSA did buy a company that, and they're using forms of this. I watched Nat Turner's interview, and he said that it goes through both phases. So it goes through that phase of the computerized aspect, and then you have the human grading as well. So they're using both because that's what PSA wants to be. Like, I don't think if PSA wanted to, they could, and it would hurt their business for sure when it comes to the grades. But I think PSA is dabbling with both. I forgot the name of the company that they purchased that
I mean,
has this
if
aspect
they
to it.
switch to computer grading 100%,
Hmm.
I don't even know if it would. They would still have that
Yeah,
recognition.
they would still have the
I don't
recognition
even know
for
if it would
sure.
hurt their business that much, to be honest.
Yeah, I think they're properly positioned to. They're properly positioned to always. They can pivot more than anybody if they wanted to, pretty much. Um, but I mean, I'm pretty sure they're looking at the scope of things and seeing what BGS tried to roll out a couple months back, and that grading scale that they had to pull back. It's one of those things to just double down on what you are and just have your market. And I do think tag can eventually, like Dylan said, wasn't a conversation we had, but I do think that tag could find their way into that top four, top three of the grading companies, and it should be interesting.
I mean, I still buy like I still look. It's not like I don't look at PSA tens, PSA
Yeah,
nines,
yeah.
SGCs still, right? But
They're,
like if
they're
I'm
beautiful.
submitting, when I got that package, like you guys can go back and watch the video. Ripping those packs like that, like individual cards, was the most fun I've got with grading. To
Yeah,
be honest,
yeah.
that was just so. I think I'm grading with them for that aspect. Um, but like I'm still buying cards. Like
Yeah.
whenever Sharduck sells a really good card on eBay at
Mhm.
a good price, I might be picking that up.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, I think that's the beauty. It's the beauty of it for sure. Just having these different these different perspectives of the hobby. But I think it's gonna be interesting the next 5 years of what kind of shifts up. At one point Beckett was clearly number one, and that kind of changed. Not kind of, it
Um,
changed.
JL, since you're jumping in here late, I got to do a shout out. We are doing a draft, JL. If you want to
Yes.
join, feel free to go to fortnitecards.com/draft. Um, this is where we compete to see who can come up with the best fantasy collection based on a mysterious theme. If you want
Yeah.
to enter in, only 8 people are being chosen. It'll be done at random. It's happening on November 10th, so sign up if you want to be thought of for the it's gonna be a random selection. So we already
Yeah.
have I think we already have over 8. So people keep signing up so that we can do a random draw and see
Man.
who's gonna compete. I'm excited.
Y'all better be on top of y'all game for this one, man. This is not. This
It's
is
gonna
not
be
light.
interesting.
This is not light.
It's gonna be interesting. I told you there's so many. We're gonna do more of these,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
think now that we have it down, based
Hmm.
off of how well this one goes, it
Yep.
can be a lot sooner. The last one, it's been a while since we did it.
Yeah. It's last
Um,
year.
because someone messaged me and Sven, I think that's how you say his name. He said one of the topics we could talk about tonight is like, is the hobby getting dull or boring?
Hmm.
And it's like collecting is like a very long term thing. So
Hmm.
it's kind of like you get out of it, you get back into it, you put your collection aside, and then you come back, right? So if you
Yeah.
guys are being bored with it, it might be time to take a break and then come back.
Hmm.
But in the meantime, at Taking High Ground, we're going to be doing more content like this.
We'll
So
be
more
here.
competitions,
Yeah.
we have a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm developing and building so that we can add to this. And I know
Hmm.
Rob's working on a lot of
Hmm.
interesting content for you guys. So we have some stuff planned to make it more fun to keep collecting until we see new collectibles.
Yeah.
But if you guys are feeling like it's boring or dull, feel free to take a break and come back. Right? It's a
Yeah.
long term thing. Don't burn
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. And I'll be honest. Before we started doing this, I burnt out for like 3 months, and that's when I leaned back into sports. Not, I leaned into sports for like, I think it was like 2 months, and then I ended up selling all those cards and buying Fortnite cards again. But that's usually, that happened a couple times. I tried to do the Kith Marvel, and I had them for, I think, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then I ended up selling them and getting Fortnite cards. So it's one of those things. I think that slight time away, and or finding different ways to collect, which we'll get to. We, like Dylan said, we have a lot of things planned. It's one of those things that no matter if you take a break or not, we're gonna be here. You can come back in, roll right in. You can catch up. Everything is gonna be good. Don't try to avoid a burnout by burning out, because that's what usually happens.
Like I told you to open up my binder for my sports cards, and I was looking at them, and I was like, "Oh man, I forgot about these. Oh, these are pretty cool." And I was just looking through
Yeah,
them with my kid. I was like, "Yeah, these are pretty dope." And that was a
man.
nice refresher. I'm glad I still had them in my closet to look at.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, Nothing crazy. Like there's
yeah,
nothing great. It's all stuff in a binder, but it's that kind of stuff. Like Fortnite can just take a break if you need to.
yeah. And
It doesn't have to be that pressured.
no, it's not. And the thing is, it's the FOMO people feel, and I don't think you should feel FOMO, because the truth is, even if you take a break and you feel like you're in it for long term, the moment's going to show up. That doesn't mean it won't be a while. Like, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm one of the few. I just have to watch. I watch a lot of different content to kind of understand certain things. And one thing I can say about like, if y'all don't know, like, the 2012 gold prism is a hard set to complete. It's the first prism set, and especially like for basketball, it's extremely expensive. And it's this one collector, he collects the gold prisms. He had to wait 6 years to get one of those cards, and he came in as a low tier collector. So if you can see yourself waiting, let's use the top dog. If you can see yourself waiting 5 years to get that BK, and you're okay with that, you can take a break. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can breathe. It's all right. Like, it's not.
I've got my Ghoul Trooper. I have
Yeah,
an Aura. I've got rocks.
yeah,
There's still cards I want. So, but like I feel a lot more. I feel a lot more comfortable.
yeah.
I don't
Don't
have a
burn
whole
out.
bunch of duplicates anymore and stuff, but like I'm still gonna be buying eventually.
I mean, and
I do have some to share, but like I don't want to blow up someone's eBay.
don't blow somebody's ear out.
I gotta share this anyway. I'm sorry, I had to because this is just outrageous. All right, so I think there's a time and place where you can list something super expensive and be like, I'm not selling it, but like I just try to make people aware. Like I think I have my art piece up there of
Hmm.
the cover of Fantastic Four for like a crazy price, right?
Yeah.
But I found this the other day, and this is almost a stretch. Okay, I'm gonna share it up in here. I don't know who this person is. I'm sorry, I'm sharing your stuff on here. All right, but this is a reloaded hollow, and unless I'm missing something, this is bid starting at 1,199. Buy it now, 18,500. And in the description it says extremely rare! Exclamation point. This is not true unless I'm missing something. And so, like, this is a bad look. This makes it look like, we're just throwing numbers out there and
Yeah.
deceiving people. No one knows what to buy or collect when we do this.
Mhm.
So I don't know if you're being funny or if you're just trying to bring awareness. But unless it's an actually rare card, it does the opposite. It kind of hurts the brand of like Fortnite trading cards. Because here's
Yep.
where like prototypes, I get it. I get putting a high price out there. Art that's one of one. Even if this was an error card of some way that was really, really cool, maybe.
I didn't see this. I didn't see this. This is the
But
first time
like,
I'm seeing
like
this.
it didn't say anything in the description besides super super rare. Like, what
Yeah.
about this is rare? So I would not do this unless it is something that is actually rare, or at least you
Mm,
think is actually rare. But
yeah.
this, like I have what maybe 100 to 300 of these.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally like 300 maybe of these somewhere.
Yeah.
I've bought in a
Yeah.
lot of reloaded.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where it's like I agree. It's one of those things where it's like you can't just be like, that's just the price. Like this is ripping reloaded. You will understand very quickly how rare this isn't. And
Yeah,
and it
it's
doesn't.
gonna. And
Yeah.
let's say like you're thinking about getting Fortnite cards, and then you see this, and then you find out it's a super cheap card. So
I
I
know
mean,
for real.
I think it just hurts the hobby. So
Yeah, I didn't see this. This is crazy. That's nuts.
I just wanted to share that. No hate, and because you have 100% feedback, that's just my opinion.
Whispers. Hey Dylan, get off my eBay, please.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No
like
hate. No hate.
no,
I'm
no,
sorry, but I'm just like
it's
I don't think we should be doing that unless it is something that's like rare, at least limited. It's
yeah,
just that
yeah.
chosen card. Like if that was a cracked ice of, even if that was a cracked ice of, I think that pisses me off more than the whole Autumn Queen thing. But
Yeah.
at least Autumn Queen cracked ice is actually rare.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's
Yeah,
hard to hit,
yeah,
right? Any
yeah.
cracked ice from Series 2 is pretty hard to hit, right?
Mhm.
So, like, I'd rather see that up there than a
No,
reloaded
that's
hollow, not even graded.
not even graded.
So,
Yeah,
I
that's
had to bring that up because I talk about reloaded a lot, and, like, if it's not a PSA 10 and, like, I would not put it for that
yeah, no, that is
much.
that's another one. That is another one. It's some miscuts that they can have that moment. I know people collect them, but that is a hyper one too, for sure.
Yeah, that's
Y-
true.
Yeah.
Like, that's rare. Now, if you have like, here's my thing is like, if it's miscut where like you've got like the male version on the front and the female
Ye-
version on the back,
Yeah.
that's like super like cool.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe right.
Yeah.
But like, if it's just like a miscut, like I have
That-
one here that I pulled the other day. Like so is this one right?
Yeah.
And on the back, it's
See, yeah.
whoops.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to like list that for $1,200.
No.
Like I
I
mean,
mean,
who? It's not.
he
I don't
said,
know.
"Here we go." No, that was like the craziest one. I told Dylan about this. The craziest one I've ever seen. It wasn't a miscut. It was a misprint.
Yeah,
It was
misprint.
it was a BK Hollow USA on Macari. This is like 3 years ago now. The front was the BK base, but the back was hollow.
Oh, I remember
That
seeing
joint,
that.
that joint was crazy. That was the best misprint that I've seen up until this point. And those are the ones that's crazy to me. But yeah, the miscuts and stuff like that does get
Oh, in other hobbies, like
hyped up a
Magic the
little bit.
Gathering, people go crazy for like crimps
Yeah,
and stuff like that. And like, I'm like, it doesn't mean a
yeah.
lot to me.
Nah, I
Like,
mean, yeah, yeah.
I'm not,
I'm not
I'm
big on
not.
that.
So I don't know. But hey, no hate to you guys. That's just a humble man's opinion.
Yeah,
Um,
I think
if
I think
anybody wants this,
aesthetically,
$18,500. It's a deal. It's one of a It's one of one. One of
you know,
one.
it was one that I seen for Series 3 where it showed I think it was like slightly the foot of Midas or something like that. I seen something like that, but Yeah, man. I mean, I'm not a miscut guy, so I know that may be
I mean,
different
there's
for
some
somebody
cool
else.
ones. It's I don't think they
But
should be worth almost
it's
20
and
grand.
it's not everyone either. It's not every single miscut. It is a
Yeah.
nuance to which miscut is,
Like if it's
a
like
thing.
already a major card,
Yeah.
like a Black Knight cracked ice or
Oh,
Crystal Shard miscut, that might be kind of cool.
do we
But
need a pet peeve episode? Because it seemed
a
like
pet
they
peeve
we
episode.
need a do we need a pet peeve episode?
We
The
need like a worst eBay listings episode.
yeah. Look at let me see. Oh, Dan sent me one.
I know a lot of people do collect them. Like seeing a whole collection of miscuts would be kind of interesting. It's just
Yeah.
I don't think that they all need to be that expensive. That's all. End of rant.
Oh,
End of
I
rant.
see. I see it, Dan. It's the miscut is at the bottom, and it shows like a different card. Yeah, those ones are interesting. But he said one on one with it playing around. That's hilarious.
I
Yo,
mean,
yeah, no,
technically it's one of one, I guess, but
man. That I don't know, man. It's shows. Yeah, that because yeah, then that's like the one that I seen a Midas. It like showed Midas foot along with it, and that was interesting because like Dylan said, it's Midas. You know what I mean? So that was you kind of seen the order of where Midas fell and stuff like that. But it seemed like every miscut and everything like that. Yeah,
now
that's
if
always
it's like a
interesting.
typo, like I don't even know how they
Yeah,
would do that.
yeah.
Haven't we seen something like that before?
It was. I think it was the prototype that it was. It wasn't a typo. It was. It was they took one of the words out for I think it was like the submachine gun or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was. If Wayne is still in here, he could say it. But it was something like that. But
Yeah,
it's I mean it's a couple of things in there. We're gonna run some through some of these some more of these pickups because people had great pickups over the past 2 weeks. Uh dang, what is this Mesmer? I always forget his name. This is one I always forget. And I like the pose of this skin. It's
yeah.
top
I
tier.
know I like the skin, but the pose of
Yeah.
the skin is pretty
The
dope.
pose of the skin is dope. Yeah, so Ragnarok, one of my favorite aesthetically in series one. I don't wear the skin at all. But aesthetically,
I'm
that is top. That's a top tier
I
card,
might
man.
have to
Oh
get
my
back into
goodness.
Italy and Brazil cracked ice at this point
Yo,
because like I've been trying to get the USA version, but the ones I want don't pop up.
yeah.
So I might have to like rebuild up my Italy cracked ice collection.
I have something to say on that too. I know talked about this before. I actually like the series two Italy's cracked ice. I like them a lot. They have a little bit more of a shard effect than the standard cracked ice. I don't like them more than the series two cracked ice USA, but I do like them a lot. I would grab some of the series two ones just to have. Now, one thing we don't talk about often, they come with three cracked ice, right? The series two.
I've never opened a series to
But
Italy.
I think the Italy comes with three cracked ice, if I'm not mistaken. I wonder. Nobody's ever talked about how that plays out ratio wise. That's interesting to think
I
about.
just at this
Something.
point I just assume that Italy is printed more at this point.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's almost like
So
they don't care too much. It seems with the print
yeah,
numbers, but I don't know. I could just be
yeah.
jumping. JL, how can you submit? So he normally posts these in the Facebook group. I know you're not in the Facebook group anymore. Um,
Facebook and Instagram.
Facebook and Instagram. So if you have
Mhm.
Instagram, you can hit up Rob,
Yep.
R3 Rips,
Yep.
right? Or you
Yep.
taking high ground, and I can
Taking
send
high
it.
ground. Whatever one
Hey,
you
go to
want to
taking
do.
high ground and send it to
Yep.
my Instagram. JL, if you want to message me, you can do that too. I can set it up
Yeah.
with Rob.
And JO, I have somebody that's emailing it as well. So if I doubt, I mean, if you want to do that, you can do that as well. If people want to email, I added it in there, but we'll add our emails in the description as well for our standard
And we're
description, just so
working
you
on
can have
lots of
it.
stuff for
Yeah.
FortniteCards.com. So like we can make this more streamlined. If this is something y'all really like to show off, we
Yeah.
have some stuff cooking. Give
Yeah.
me some time. I'm working on stuff.
We're getting to yours, Westrum. I want to talk about yours because it inspired me a little bit, man. I got to say that for sure. With what you pulled off lately.
Dang, that blue
Um,
is nice.
yeah, yeah. This was Shard's pickup that he showed last week. Shard don't even know that I showed his pump in here. He didn't submit that one that week. He submitted this one, but I showed his pump the week before just because it's the pump and we don't see it too often, especially in the PSA 10.
Yo, I'll
But
trade you, Sharnock, this one of one error for the pump because I need that
yeah.
pump. I'll trade you.
Yo, and he this Heim sells, man. It's interesting. Is I love seeing certain cars that just sell strong. It is what it is. Um Card Illustrated, yo, come in with one of Dylan's favorite skins. You know, I think
Nice.
see, but this is a Italy, right?
That's
Is this
definitely Italy.
yeah, and I like it, bro. It looks really I like the Italy
Um,
cracked ice a lot.
so I
You see
have
my
my
little
tag
list.
Italy. So I do
Yeah,
have Italy for this one.
yeah.
Um, why did I submit this one? Oh, we were at the national. I only had a Italy with me,
Yeah, that's what
unfortunately.
happened. You only had the Italy.
So I subbed it with tag, but yeah, I have a couple of Italy ones from this one because I got them super cheap, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't mind the Italy ones. It's just they're just not nearly as good.
No. You see
It's
that
the
you see
shadows, dude. It's literally the shadows they can't get right.
you see maybe I'm just so like you see in Hush's face, you see those shards that's right near her mask.
Hmm.
That's what I want. I want that. I want them shards to overlay, and I like that a lot. Maybe it's just because I'm used to
So they do
shards.
overlay
They
on,
overlay a lot, right?
but no, but they do overlay on the USA ones too.
They do, but it's slight, and it's usually
Barely. So
yeah, it's
I'm looking.
barely.
I have two here. One's USA, one's
Yep.
Italy, and I'm looking, and yeah, the Italy one overlays a lot more,
Mm-hmm.
but the shards are just nicer on the
On
USA.
that, yes, agreed.
It's the
And they got the
shadows. They didn't get the
yep.
shadows. I don't know
If
how
they would
they
have got
do
the
that.
shadows right, I'm not gonna lie. I definitely would have. If they would have got the shadows right on the Italy for series two, I would have pivoted to that way earlier because I just that would just be an aesthetic thing for me, not so much this rarity or scarcity. Uh
I love being able to pick up both Italy and
yeah, yeah.
USA if it's at like different price ranges. Ooh,
Man.
Rice, dude,
Mega
always
b-
killing it, man.
bro, but the mega boxes for series one is getting a little interesting. I don't know if everybody's
I
been paying
haven't
attention to
seen.
it. I've been talking to a couple different collectors. The collectors know who they are. I've had like I think four conversations over the past week or so. Um it's getting very interesting. Not saying that they're running out or anything like that, but yeah, man, people been pulling some heat too. People been pulling some heat.
I saw someone put one in the Facebook group, and they got horrible pulls.
Yeah.
I was like,
Now,
oof, that one
so
hurt.
and then that's actually gonna be on here too. I know which ones you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that one hurt, in my
yeah.
opinion.
No, that hurts. That hurts. That hurts bad.
And so
Um,
is this another miss? Now this one's actually kind of
this
cool.
is fire. This is fire.
I'm not gonna lie, because like
Yeah,
that one's kind of cool. So like misprinted the ice.
yeah, yeah. I like that one a lot. That's a dope one to have.
It's funny. It's funny that we're talking about this, and actual cool one pops up.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
how much would you charge for this one? This is where I don't know. That's
I have no idea.
not 18,000, but
Yep,
not
yep.
cheap either. I don't think.
Man, Jim with the this is the I don't know which ones this exactly is, but when I did he has another slide in here where he shows all of the cards that come with it. It comes with those trading card styles. I don't
And
think
it comes
there's
with that Fortnite box that you can
the
make.
box. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
have that somewhere in my boxes.
Yeah. Yo, yeah, right, JL. I gotta go back. I forgot to talk about Ember. Ember is a fire card. Shout out to season 8, man. Season 8, one of my favorite seasons. It has Lux Pilly, Ember, Master Key, Hybrid. It's an amazing season. And Ember's in there. I was mad because Ember and I forgot the what is that? I can't remember the last skin in the battle pass. It's slipping my
For
mind,
season
but
8,
yeah,
Lux,
it's
wasn't it?
no, not the last skin, but the skin I didn't name.
Oh,
Sidewinder. It's like Sidewinder or something like that. They got the extra styles and Lux didn't get it. I was pissed about that.
now everything is extra styles almost.
Yeah.
These
1800
1800
pennies.
pennies.
1800 pennies. Brian J came back with the heat again. Yo, he's been going crazy on the weapons and the pickaxe cards. I mean, this looks good together. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, I'm just starting to get back in. After looking at some, I'm starting to get back into the hollows.
Yo, yo, bro, it's crazy, right? How much is just like you constantly pivot in this hobby, bro. It's just one of those things that
I mean,
naturally
ice
happen.
above all, but it's like seeing everyone with
Yeah.
the hollows. They're pretty dope. I've gotten rid of so much stuff. Like I keep doing all these fire sales for people, and it's like I need to get. I'm about to go into winter where like I'm only giving away cards. So you better stay
Mhm.
tuned. Because I might not be selling anymore. I don't know.
What was that shard on the right? Which Which one? Next to Ember. Oh, that I don't know the name of that pickaxe. I forgot the name of that pickaxe.
I can pull it up on
y-
FortniteCards.com.
yep.
The Series One,
The
right?
name. Yeah,
It is the Jack Spammer,
the Jack Spammer.
number 114.
So Jack Spammer. That yeah, that look at Shard. No, Shard had to. Shard know them cards, bro. That's one thing he
If it's
definitely
if
don't know
it's
for
if it's
sure.
Series One, Sharnot
Yeah,
knows.
he know that
He's
one.
been working, man.
Yeah. So I think I got this, bro. Bijonar, Bijonar. I I'm gonna get it, bro. I listened to it today because I don't like
Now,
mispronouncing names. But yeah,
freaking, I get. So we went to the Rob and I and Black Ash went to the Invitational, not
I know
this
what you
event,
gonna
the one
talk.
for
I
the,
know what you gonna
and
talk
we
about.
got the pin right, and I had that pin right here, by the way. Um, Bam, I've got the pin here.
Yeah,
And their global championship pin is a million times better than this one.
bro, a million
A
times
million
better.
times better. That joint is dope.
That is an amazing one. He got the media of I think it's the Brazil media tag. That's dope. He got signed by Miro. Yo, I mean, he got some dope autos on here. He
Why
got
did you let
Acorn.
Booga sign on the face of Renegade Raider?
Yeah, you gotta I direct them to
DiGiorno,
where
come
to
on,
sign.
man.
I
You
direct
have them sign on. You gotta have them sign like at the bottom
or like the middle or the
or the
bottom. You
middle.
gotta
Yeah,
yeah,
not on the
yeah.
face.
Got another mirror with the smiley face. I
I like
think
the
that's
mirror one in the middle there. I like where he signed there.
I can't tell who's on the bash. Is that look? I can't tell if that's Epic well or not. I can't tell. uh on that one. Got Vivid. Vivid is a OG, bro. I know he's a commentator now, but that's not what he used to be. Vivid used to be a top tier pro. Vivid was he was a savage for a very long time. So I know he got a lot more sign than that. He did really well. Shout out. It seemed like him and his son really enjoyed it. It's an experience that you have to have. If it's back in the States next year, I'm expecting a lot of people to be there. So
You know, we're going. If it's in the
yeah.
states, we're
Oh,
going.
we're going. And to be honest, if we'd have planned it right, probably could have went to that one. But that was just one of those ones
It would
we
have
weren't
been way.
expecting.
It would have been
We
so
weren't.
hard. You know,
Yeah.
I was telling my wife about it. She's like, "You should go." This is like a week before. I was like, "There's no way I can
Yo.
go."
Hey, shout out to you, Warfighter. That's a great buy. That
Dang, I want more pins, man. It's so hard to collect the pins. They're so expensive.
he said he barely got it signed. He had to throw the card up. Yeah,
That
yo,
makes a little bit more sense.
it was very interesting. I will say, compared to our experience, it seemed like they were able to. He caught a couple more people in stride. You know, we had to kind
Yeah,
of we
that's why
caught.
it's like on the videos. It's
Yeah,
like he was right next to the stage getting them signed.
right.
So we waited in line because they had a whole signing booth when we went.
Yeah,
Maybe
yep.
they didn't have that there. Who knows?
Yeah, I think they did, but it wasn't. It probably like because it was a little bit smaller. Some people signed 2 days in a row, and that was another thing. So it's great to see how different the experiences was.
Yeah.
Uh, this was the one you were talking about. So the Oblivion and come on, Shar, help me out now. Why is her name slipping my mind? Snorkel Ops.
Actually,
Um,
no. I saw a different one. I think.
what you talking about? The ones that got damaged?
No, I was talking about someone ripped recently, like yesterday or the day before, a Series One
Yeah.
Mega Box, and they got like bad cards.
State of cards. I mean, you think
I can't
it's
remember off the top of my head.
yeah. I was gonna say you could. I'm pretty sure they'll be okay if you think that way. For the cards. Everybody has their cards.
I don't know. People be so like
That's
iffy
you
when
know
I
what? Yeah,
say
no,
things.
that's true. No, no, leave that out.
Yeah, like
It's this one.
people be
So
taking my opinion too seriously
that
sometimes.
guy, that guy Westdrum came through. Shout out to Westdrum for finally getting his PSA 10 on Bullseye. I aspire to have a PSA 10 in Lux eventually. So the fact that you got that is dope. If y'all don't know what's on the left side though, these are I believe all the unreleased prototypes. Westdrum has them, I think, multiple in USA and multiple in Italy. Um, I mean Westdrum Bullseye collection is insane. Uh he changed the name of his set, but he's definitely been doing some unique collecting. It's the type of collecting I enjoy a lot. So this is dope, bro. Congrats on that. Four
Yeah,
USA and one Italy to be exact.
yeah, he's been killing it with that collection. Not as
Yeah.
crazy as Wayne's Renegade collection, but definitely
Yeah.
probably more difficult.
Yeah.
Besides, he got
Yeah.
the 10 though. But
Yeah.
besides that, I'm
Yeah.
glad you got that West Drum.
And then
But let's
so
go to
this
some
was
comments. Let's
this
see.
is West Drum as well. West Drum picked up the run of the comics.
Yo, I
So
don't think I ever picked it. The one in the bottom right.
you don't got that one?
I don't think I have that one. I have too many comments. I have to go back and see.
Yeah, that's one. Yo, Ace. First of all, the reason why I'm really mad that no more sets are coming out because I want the Ace that just came out. That's one of my favorite recent skins. That gold one, I forgot the exact
Hmm.
name of that skin. That style of Ace is just straight fire. It's one
Can
of
we
the best
talk
ones.
about the new Meow Schools?
The new Meowscles is fire too, for
The new Meow
sure.
Schools. I bought it. I don't wear meme skins. I bought it, and I'm gonna be
Yeah.
wearing a meme skin now. No more sweat
Yo,
skins for me.
yo, that Doctor Doom and Foundation one, bro, is definitely insane. I love that. I love that cover. Uh I also love the Dr. Sloan and Doctor Doom one too.
I think Doctor
So
Doom's gonna have a lot in the future with
oh
Fortnite.
yeah. Emmerich, he came through again. He got a good amount of pickups this week. Can't go wrong with Codename Elf. Uh, I always forget his name as well. What the heck is his name? I hate when I can't remember and I can't see it. It's something Walker, I think. But
Like
Rabbit
Hank
Raider.
Walker or something.
Yo, so y'all see it eventually. I'm lightening up on Rabbit Raider a little bit. I think I'm getting over it.
You're over it.
Yeah, I think I'm removed far enough from the
Firewalker
damage
was his name.
Firewalker from the damage that he has done to me. There you go. Use FortniteCards.com to show where what that card is. Um, but yeah, yeah, y'all see why I'm over Rabbit Raider eventually. I'll show y'all why. It has nothing to do with cards though. But yeah,
Um, there was. I think at one point there was. You had to
yes,
have a subscription. I think
uh,
you can do a free trial. I don't know if you still can, but at one point you had to do a free subscription to DC Universe
that's what it is.
mushroom,
Yes,
and you could read them online.
yep,
That was for the 0 point and the foundation.
yeah.
The
Foundation
next
finally
one
made
was
it up there.
Marvel. That
Yeah,
one I don't know if you can online,
I'm not sure on
but
that one.
you can buy the books all as one book. So like, um, if you go to like let's say like Amazon, let's just say eBay because Fortnite comic full book maybe something like that. Let's see if that pulls up. Of course it doesn't. Well, you can buy the whole complete book. I
Yeah,
have it in my closet. You've probably seen it before, so you don't have to actually read the actual comics. I'll show you. What's
yeah, yeah. While he's good grabbing that, I think he's close. Go through Emmerich's other ones. Got the Galaxy
now
as well.
they don't have one for a foundation, but like here's the book
Yeah,
for 0 point. It has every single 0 point comic all as one book.
yep,
You can just read the comic, and then here's the Zero War one. And you can
yeah,
get these from like Amazon or I think for like $20 or whatever.
yep,
Um, so they call these something specific. I forget what the comic people call these.
yeah,
So like it's every single comic from Zero War is in one book.
yep.
So that's how you can read it.
Gal- Galaxy, Galaxy in here. Love this one. I got to get my Galaxy back for sure. That's one of the best looking cards in the set. Um, yo, so this is the reason why this is interesting. Kim, this is a collector that's building their set there, but this is the start of their Fortnite collection. That's why I really want to highlight this. And
Hmm.
what I really liked about this was
Oh yeah.
he specifically highlighted that he finally got his Midas. This is the type of things that I like to see. Started off with Reloaded, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna work his way up. But seeing a collection start off, like, let's be real, we've been in this for a long time. Most of the people that's in this chat, it's dope to see somebody start their collection from scratch and see how they're navigating through it, because we're so used to certain cards and being able to obtain certain cards, but seeing the beginning foundations of it is dope to see.
Ooh. Is that all pickups?
This is all rips, bro. He ripped. I don't
Nick,
know how.
chill,
Listen,
chill,
Nick.
Nick, chill. Man, the
Yeah.
shards together just look like a freaking rainbow, man.
Yo, it's beautiful, bro. It is a beautiful
Why did
sight.
they ever get away from Series 1 shards?
I Dylan, you said, yo, I have a point to this. I'm glad you said this. You know how I got back into buying Series 2 cards? I had to imagine if this was a Series 1 card, how fast would I've had this skin, this card? Like, so
Mhm,
hypothetically speaking, like Hush, right? If
mhm.
Hush was in Series 1 shards, I would have had that card immediately. And I did have that card immediately, but just for point's sake, it them shards in Series 1 is just so much different, bro. It really is. It's hard to explain, but man, that drift down there,
I saw the drift.
I
It's
love
just
seeing
like,
drift.
I hate the patty whacker,
Yeah,
but in this picture, that patty whacker, like,
it,
draws my attention.
it
That
looks
pink,
amazing.
it literally looks like a freaking rainbow right now. What the
Yeah,
heck? This is,
it
like, an amazing sight right here.
it's amazing, bro.
Those shards just hit different. You just I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Yo, MC, I actually need that Zoe too. That's the crazy thing. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I do because of how I'm doing this season 4 set. But yeah, so Famous come through. Famous had a we
Is
so
that the
just
refrigerator famous?
yes, yes.
That's gotta
That's
be the
he
refrigerator.
has both of them. He has the Pilly and this one. The dope
I
part
might
about the
have to
fit,
get the peely one.
yo, they got the slurp thing in there, so that's dope. That would be great marketing for us to have the slurp. The is it the slurp? Yeah, I think it's the slurp, and then they had the also what's the one that's in there now? The it's
Which one?
like the can the
Oh my gosh,
yeah, we talked too long, man. I can't remember nothing when we
uh,
get to this point. It's pissing me off.
dude,
Slap, yes.
yeah, the
So
slap
I think you
juice.
get the slap and the slurp in there. That joint is dope. JT,
Yo,
what's up, bro? With the
real
buzzer
quick.
beater.
JT and Black Ash, we are doing another fantasy draft. This one is a mystery theme. All right, it's
Yes.
5 rounds, and you guys will know the theme as soon as it starts. There's a lot of interest, so sign up at fortnitecards.com/draft. We're going to do a random generator to see who actually gets put into it.
Yep.
It's on November 10th is when we're going to actually post it. But if you want to try and get a spot, please sign up, and then we'll randomly choose.
And listen, man, just be ready. Just be ready. Make sure y'all know, got all y'all info set. And, as much as you can. You don't know what it's gonna be, but you're definitely gonna have
Yeah,
some
it's gonna
knowledge
be
on
fun.
this.
There's 2 more refrigerators being released. Oh, I
What
can't
is
wait.
what are they, JT? Did you
Horror,
see them?
Hush. Ooh, Mr. Whip. Why haven't they done Mr. Whip?
Little Whip.
Little Whip,
Mr.
Mr. Whip,
Mr. Whip.
Little Whip.
Mr. Whip
That
Mr.
would
Whip is
be like an
funnier though.
obvious one.
Yeah. No, yeah, I know the Van Gogh. I seen a lot of content built around this Van Gogh Pikachu for sure.
They went
Uh
crazy in that museum.
I seen some memes too about it, but
That
yeah,
was insane.
yeah, it's dope. Yeah, all y'all got y'all Van Goghs. That's what's up. So
SGC, I like it. I like to see it.
The hollows looking clean. Battlehound. I remember when Battlehound came back out for the first time. Scientist.
Renegade 8, Wayne.
Oh shoot, the scientist coming out. Oh, that's crazy. That's dope. So Wayne
Oh, the battle
has,
bus would be dope.
yeah, that's gonna be. It's kind of gonna be equivalent to like how that gamer chair was with the that one was dope with the battle bus and the llama mixed into it.
So I've been
Oh,
MC's
look
looking
at
for
MC.
the stickers. So people want me to do a sticker checklist
Yeah,
so people can see everyone's. And so I was doing a little bit of research. I saw some stuff that I wouldn't mind kind of like completing. Just I'm not gonna say what it was, but
yeah.
like maybe we'll get into
Yo,
it. I don't know how I had to do that.
I have so much of them ready to jump stickers, bro. It's crazy. Like I have them joints
I've
stuff.
none.
Yeah, that I got them stored away. Just in
That
general, that
sucks,
was a fun
JT.
rip. Yo, yeah, that sucks for sure, JT. Dang man, that's trash. Hope you feel better, bro.
I was sick
Like a
early in
little
the
bit of
week.
fog.
Luckily, I'm back.
Yeah. Yo, so this is from Warfighter. This is yours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is I think this was a obviously it's right there. It was a whatnot exclusive. I don't know too much about this. Do you know anything about it?
So I've seen this for a long time.
Yeah.
Not this one particularly, but there's a couple have done these like spoof covers of this
Yeah.
of Fortnite, or whatever. I haven't, and then I saw this one. I think this is like the hollow version.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
but I don't know too much about it besides the fact that it's a spoof.
Yeah. So this was gems from earlier, and this is what you got inside of this magazine slash book. Um, it was crazy because I didn't know what these came in. I did a trade with a collector a little while ago, and I received though some of these. So this is interesting. I
The
didn't get
core
the black
the
ones though.
Koro stuff has some really interesting stuff. Like this is one of my favorites was like the newspaper thing.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, they have some really interesting stuff in the Koro packs.
So this is Black Ash pickup. This is actually the cap to the trade that me and Black Ash did for Drift. If y'all don't know, besides the cash aspect of it, he got obviously he got Bandolette. He got the I forgot which comic number it exactly is because I just can't remember anything right now. But he got one of the black and white covers, and he also got my Maximilian prototype. So those were things. Listen, we had to find a way for both of us to be happy, and we both are. So shout out to Black Ash on that one.
I think differently about Bandolette now ever since the comic came out.
Me too. Me too. Me too. I didn't want to give that one up, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Uh Shane with the pickup. I love seeing Jules up there. Obviously, you got some
He's
Lux.
needs the
Yeah,
cracked ice for Jules
yeah.
and complete that set right there.
There you go. Got to complete that set. Um, I love that BK base. You can't forget about the BK base and what that mean. What you talking, Wes? I think I'm maxed out on trades, but we can talk.
The BK base is the most. I mean, besides hollows, Series One legendaries
Yeah,
is very interesting.
yeah, yeah,
If the hobby grows, like if you think the hobby's gonna grow, like Series One legendaries are very interesting.
yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Wes, you do have something that I'm interested in as well. So
Warfighter is giving some information on that comic. It's
okay,
a Fortnite variant. It's a spoof comic cover of a comic of Alpha Betas, which was a show on YouTube.
yeah,
Appreciate you giving us that detail.
okay, sweet. That's dope. Yeah, the playing cards was extremely nice. Also, the show was put together by streamers. Courage would be the most. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I think I remember something about that. Yeah, Courage would be the recognizable name in that. Interested to see who else was a part of that. That but also, so we did. Thank first of all, thank y'all to all the people that has been responding on the community tab. We really appreciate that because that helps us a lot. I put something up there to see what the ideal time for a podcast episode was, and I and it was funny because I didn't think of it. They thought that I think they thought we were going to
We're gonna
shorten.
shorten this. We're not
Yeah, yeah,
shortening
yeah.
the live.
No, this. So I just looked at it as the second highest percent. We're not shortening the live. We're doing more content. So
Planning
yeah,
to do some other extra things.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
That
choose
are
some people that are
verified.
verified.
Yo, Dan, that's not true. I keep telling you, know I got a list, bro. I'm working my way down. We got this. Cause you definitely got at least 3 cards that I'm
I think
interested
I
in.
only traded twice.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Unless I've traded with Black Ash, but I don't know. That's more like here, have this, and then you have this. But I think I've done like 2 trades.
Yeah.
I don't trade that often, to be honest.
Yeah. I think I'm pretty capped on how far I don't think I can go too much deeper into the bag of trades now. I think I'm pretty set where my collection is. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see it. It's not gonna be as easy as it was.
He doesn't get that blue check like Wes.
No, that is not true at all. But yeah, yeah. So but also I would like to say when we do thank you for also responding on Instagram with the questions because that helps with the content me and Dylan is trying to do. Uh, so if y'all do have questions or topics, please send them to us, y'all. That helps a lot. It gives us a lot of other things to do. Because like we said, this is a show, right? This is a show. It's an interactive show. We want to do some more things where it's a little bit better for beginning collectors coming in where they can get some concise information and then they can go deep dive. Because I do both. When I go into a new hobby or to something new, I want the concise information and then I want the deep dive. I want all the nitty gritty, and that's what this show is. So we have some things we working on for sure.
Yeah, it's already 12:05. Did we get through
Yeah.
all? Did we get through
Yeah.
all the
We're
things?
all through. Yep.
All
We're
right,
all through.
sweet. Appreciate you guys coming to hang out with us again. We'll
Yes.
be back again on Friday. Please, one last time. I want this draft to like go off to a great start. I want to have a
Yes.
lot of fun. So please enter in, sign up here so that you can be entered in for the competition to compete. I think it's gonna be really interesting, a lot of fun, and
Yeah.
get to see more of you guys' face on the show. So please come here and sign up. It's
Mm.
completely free. It's just so that I know who wants to be in it and we put into the draft. It's just super simple and easy. I'm not
Oh,
gonna like crazy email you guys or anything. It's not a
yeah.
newsletter or anything like that. It's literally just a form so I know what to put you in to do the randomizer. So if
Yeah.
you want to be in the draft, come here to see if you can get chosen.
One more thing, because Dan did bring this up. So Dan sent this to me before we started the show. It was the Lugia, and his perspective was, so this is a I don't know too much about Pokemon, so I'm taking Dan's info from this, but this is the first edition Neo Genesis Lugia that's sold for 33,000 plus 33,600 in a PSA 10. And he was just comparing it to, like, BK's PSA 9 sale, and how, how close that gap is for a card that's over 20 years old. So the hobby is doing very well for being so young. The
Mhm.
fact that a PSA 9 BK sells for 14.5, uh as of right, the past couple comps that you would use, this is very interesting, especially for a card that's so sought after, and is pretty much considered a vintage card at this point, with it being over 20 years.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I mean, it'll be really interesting to see what happens in the future for
Yeah.
some of these cards.
Whoa, Kari win. Hold on, hold on. Hey, yo, that's good news. That actually is pretty major. I got to look into that. Thank you for that information. I would have probably not missed that, but yeah,
I don't ever get on those. So I would have missed it. That's what Rob's
yeah.
here for. Keep me in line.
There you go. There you go. But we appreciate y'all. Thank you. This is a great episode. Talked about a lot, covered a lot. Yeah. See
All
y'all
right,
next week.
we'll catch you guys next time.